1, 2, 3. Test. Test. Test.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
There's like a low static.
Might help you turn it on.
Try it now, talk about it.
Test.
Still quiet? Well, let's turn him up. Okay, try it now.
Test. 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 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. 6. 7, 8. 9, 10.
There's like a low humming noise though.
Okay, that might be this other camera, the other one. Mute this one and see if it's, make sure we're on the right one.
I think it's probably just the low, so. Okay, try it now.
1, 2, 3.
Is
1.
that better?
It's still not low. That could just be.
Yeah, you know, you know. Actually, it's not bad.
Right now, everything's like whatever camera.
You need a XLR, it'll probably be better.
Yeah,
But that's okay.
just straight XLR.
Yeah, because then if we take it down for an interview, you'll just want to unplug this
Yeah.
and plug it into the camera. So.
I want you to get separation anxiety up there.
You want to run this over or under the table?
Go through the crack. Go ahead and
choice.
watch it when I
Good
say
choice.
this. right, we've got about 3 minutes before game starts, and I was just watching Max out here warming up, loosening with the referees. I'm not sure what he does with the referees before the game, but maybe he can tell us. But we were wondering what it's going to be like to run up and down this court with these masks on trying to breathe, because you're going to be there.
Yeah, I start that tomorrow night. I've not done that yet for any extended time, and I'm looking forward to what it's going to be like. Fortunately, we're going to have the mask break every quarter. It's not a charged timeout, so we officials will get to breathe extra then as well. But as you can tell with these older guys, they may be challenged by trying to breathe and run at the same time.
And now you said your first game is
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Is it a Vienna game?
No.
Where are you going to be?
At Pope County.
Pope County? Well, altitude's a little higher up there too. It's going to be tougher, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nope. I'm sure
But,
you've been.
but I'm with Jim and Jerry suits, so I'm sure they can carry me.
What a tradition of those two, huh?
Yeah, legendary.
One thing we was wondering about is that the timeouts you're talking about, those breathing timeouts. That when does that actually occur in the game? When do they decide when to do that?
It's supposed to be after the first dead ball after the 4-minute mark in a JV game.
After 4 minutes. There we go.
And they last for 90 seconds. In the varsity game, it's going to be after below the 5-minute mark, because of the 8-minute quarters in the varsity game, only 7-minute quarters in the JV game.
I think that makes more sense. We
Yeah.
was struggling with why it happened at different times, so that explains some of it.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you run up down the court in the mask and seeing how you survive.
Well, I hope I'll do great. Maybe I won't need an ambulance after the game. It could be challenging, but I only have I don't have any games here. Come to think of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you got a nice mask. You're going to wear that one with your uniform?
We have to wear all black.
All black.
As we ref.
Maybe the commentators should get one that just says blah, blah, blah. Yeah. All right, we're going to go to the game time. Thank you very much, Max.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Max Hook, Vienna mask-wearing referee this year. Thank you.
Adrian Poor, Mackenzie Hogg, Brianna Bennett, and Adriana Hendricks. For Vienna, the JV are Jalen Rademacher, Annabeth Webb, Emmy Vinson, Macy Whiting, and Shaylee Moore.
As we noted last night, games will not begin with a traditional tip. First play out of bounds will go to the visiting team across from the scoreboard.
got it fixed.
Little Shaylee Moore with a very nice look. Nice assist. Pick up the easy basket on the weak side of the basket. I'll try to introduce the players as we get a chance. Nice look inside. Another nice assist, this time from Annabeth Webb. Okay, in for the game for the Eldorado Eagles is a number 1 freshman Adriana Hendricks. Number 5, a freshman Brianna Bennett. Number 11, a junior Lily Mosby. Number 15 is a sophomore Mackenzie Hogg. And number 42, Adrienne Poor. Number 42. Got an Adrienne and an Adriana. That ought to be fun. In for Vienna, to give you some names to go with the jersey numbers here. Number 2, Jalen Rodemaker. Number 3, Redemaker, thank you. Number 3, sophomore Annabeth Webb. List her at 5'8", guard. Jalen, as I just mentioned, 5'5" guard. Number 13, Emmy Vincent, 5'7" guard. Number 22, inside the big girl, 6'1" forward, Macy Whiting. And of course, as we mentioned, number 25, 5'9" forward freshman, Shaylee Moore. Got a little bit on the master too if we need it, but
oh well, it'll be a delay, but
okay, stepping to the line for Eldorado Eagles, number 5, Brianna Bennett. Nothing but net on the first one. Got a substitution in the game. Out is number 25, Shaylee Moore. And in is number 1, is that correct? Looks like number 1 would be a freshman guard, Gracie Taylor. Brianna Bennett sinks both. And it's a 4-2 game. Eagles on top. I'll let you guess which one.
can you cut the background noise down a little bit?
It's like coach is trying to get a little spread offense, a little better looks, maybe try to run some of the plays. First chance of the year to really do that, aside from some scrimmage games.
Yeah, I can hear
Rebound.
better.
And the follow-up shot fails. We're going to set it back up. Looks like Emmy Vincent's running the plays out front as the guard. She'll shoot one from three mark, a little short. Going to slide out of bounds after slight touch by the net. 2 minutes, 46 seconds. I think we're going to have our first mass timeout as Max Hook, local referee, pointed out in the pregame interview that that occurs in the JV games after 4 minutes of play, the first dead ball. And varsity, the first dead ball after 5 minutes of play would be a 90-second timeout, whether you need it or not. I didn't want to say anything to Max, but at our age, we're taking that 90-second, even if we're wearing stripes. I do not have size for the the Eldorado girls. Just number and year. Eldorado started with 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and a junior. Vienna started with 2 freshmen, 2 sophomore. 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores on the JV squad. And again, I'll use this moment to say we welcome any information critical that would help us to understand what's actually making it into your living room. If your grandmother is watching this game and she gets excited, you need to have someone there at home ready to help her back in the chair when these games get exciting. Okay, we're back to live game action. 2 minutes, 46 seconds left in the first quarter. Good trap from the upper court for Vienna. Ball was stolen, a quick foul. I think it's going back this way. I believe it was Eldorado foul. Yeah, it was number 1. Adriana Hendricks picks up what I believe is her first foul. Second team foul. Vienna has 2 team fouls as well. Get pass over to the far corner. Looking inside to the big girl. One dribble up against the glass. Nice take. She's on the floor, but no foul, and count that bucket. Number 22, Macy Whiting. Excuse me. Forgive me for my pronunciations until we get that portion sorted out as well. Long three. And number 1, the freshman, Adriana Hendricks. Nice three-point bucket. She was a good foot and a half past the three-point line. There's a good look. She's finally out of her double team inside. Oh, the first one's up and off the glass and missed on the second one as well, but I think there may have been a hand on it. Ellie Maxwell's there to pick her up and finish the play for 2.
Make sure I don't fall over people.
Going to take a quick brief moment on the audio here to get radio set up for the varsity game, but we'll keep the live stream going. Okay, working through some of the audio and collateral issues right now. Hold on one second. Okay, we're going to do a little audio test with a new headset. Waiting for a thumbs up from my live streaming director. Gives me the thumbs up. Turns out I had the microphone in my nose. It goes in front of your mouth, so we're getting lined out now. Okay, since we left you, I think it was about a 6-4 game. We're 14-8 now with 5 minutes, 27 seconds into the second quarter. Pretty quick pace, I would say, for this game. A lot of transitional ball as we speak. Here's one right now. Rather than the pass, she steps back and drains the three. I may have missed a couple, but that's at least her second one for the night. Freshman guard, Adriana Hendricks from Eldorado. She steps back a good foot past the arc and measures those. She had enough confidence too. That was our own Vienna, number 10. Is that right? Number 10, Chloe. I understand we're still working through some audio issues, so bear with us. with the basket for Eldorado Eagles was Lily Mosby, junior. A nice three from number 13, Emmy Vincent for Vienna. Quickly right back, Vienna ball on the turnover. Yeah, number 11 for Eldorado Eagles, junior Lily Mosby, she stepped back, looked down, and measured that one as well. All three threes that I've been able to see myself now, they've looked down and took a good step back. So they got some range on them. A little pressure on the ball down the court. In the game for Vienna, that was number 10, Chloe Capron. Foul goes to number 12 for Vienna. I think we're going to have a timeout. Number 12, Vienna, Cassidy Taylor picks up a foul, her first. Team's fourth. I apologize, I don't have any scoring for you, but we will ask the one of our cameras to get a shot of the actual scoreboard with some of the particulars now and then, so kind of keep you abreast of it. The individual scoring. We will for the next game, for sure. Right now, by looking at the board, I can see the only one we have listed of these five in at this time is number 10, Chloe Capron. She scored about the first minute she was in the game, I believe. She came in. There's some heavy substitution after the first quarter. I think we're going to see a lot of that with the mask wearing and athletic programs trying to give people a chance to catch their breath. Gives them a chance to catch their breath, but it makes it a little difficult on me to keep up with all the new names that come in.
That's varsity and that's the whole team. I just had to highlight the ones that were at it for each game. And here's number 0, 1, 3. And I have the and I made this for Vienna too. It has well, it has the number first, and then the position and all over here, and then place the right at it if you want to keep little notes or something. So. What they gave you? No, that's what I made. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I may do something in Excel. See it better. Okay, very good.
Okay, we're back trying to get our play-by-play announcer Ron Ellis in the saddle and getting him set up for the varsity game. I'm keeping my phone away from him tonight as he locked mine out trying to sign into my phone. Chloe had been in this game for about maybe 4 minutes and seems to be in the middle of all the action. She just sank a free throw and puts her at 3 points in the second quarter alone. Her second attempt up, nice arch, but it rims out the back of the rebound off a couple of heads, kicks it back out. Working around the perimeter, a little long. Jaylyn Rodemaker, freshman guard. Handle the ball out front. Quick look back inside. A shot up by number 32. I don't have a 32. Can someone in the booth help me? Is that Kennedy Bransom, maybe 31? Branscombe? It's number 32 on the floor tonight. And that was number 5 for Eldorado, Brianna Bennett, with a bucket. Pulls it within 2. 50 seconds left to play in the first half. Vienna wants one here to go back to the half. Maybe 2 if it play long. There's a launch as a 10. And again, it's Chloe Capron. Chloe Capron. 6 points in this second quarter. She's getting it dialed in, folks. If you're Chloe's family and you're there with her grandma and she's fell out of the chair on that last 3, help her back up and get ready because she's posted up on the right side again. Looking for a skip pass over to Chloe. She's got no one within 10 feet of her. She's lined up, and there it is again. Oh, a little hard this time. Rebound comes down, fought for. Looks like everyone on the court had a hand on that play. Just been advised correct pronunciation for Chloe's last name is Capron. Capron, so my apologies to the family and grandma. She's back up off the floor and in her chair. 25-20 at the half. Pretty interesting half. A lot like we saw the JV game last night in the boys. A lot of play, a lot of substitution in and out, probably trying to give breathers as people work through the conditioning and get used to these masks, and an opportunity for the coaches to get some looks and try some different chemistry and just see where it all comes out once they face an opponent in real gameplay. All right, we're going to take a little time out. We may try to get a little interview with Scott Artman, the varsity coach for Eldorado, as the visiting school does not have a live feed for this game, so we try to be respectful and give their fans some moments, some times to get some updates on their players and at least be able to watch the game while their girls are on the road. So we'll be back shortly with commentary. Hope you're enjoying it. Please feel free to share with us anything that will improve the broadcast. Obviously tonight we was working through some audio issues, trying to improve on that. That was one thing we noticed after the equipment that we had available. The school's been very good to already order some other items and spare no expense to try to bring this season to your living room.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello? Hello, hello.
Can you hear yourself?
No. Can you hear me now? I can hear me in the headset. One, two, three, four, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. Can you hear me? One, two, three, four, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. I couldn't hear you. What you said. I can hear. I could hear me in the headset. Yes. 1, 1, 1. Yes. No. Uh-uh. One, two, three, four, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. Are you saying anything? Can you hear me? If we need to, I've got the black box we can run it through. Well, we're going to be doing it for WIBH, but we haven't got all the commercials in, and the equipment just came in, so we're doing it. I'm doing the play-by-play for the video.
So forgive the silence. Got there just in time for
I don't
another
know
three,
who ours is
right?
gonna
Three
be
from
yet, but I'll be
Shaylee
finding out.
Moore.
Okay, that's fine.
She was a good foot past the arc. First launch I've seen for number 35 for Eldorado, Alexa Hanel. Forgive me if I mispronounce the name. And there's number 10, Chloe, with another nice measured three, brings her to 9 points for the night. Oh, Shaylee Moore attempting the crossover, but had just too much traffic in there and ended up traveling with the ball trying to make the crossover. Josh Stafford here just in time with some potato chips and water. He's becoming a new hero with the bench here. Is that all the water you could carry, Josh? He's got about 25 bottles under one arm, so if we go out here, we'll know what happened.
I don't think, bud.
I will say that as far as conditioning goes and playing with a mask on, looks like the girls are right there with the boys as far as being able to get up and down the court, because there's been a lot of quick transitions in even this JV game here tonight. That was number 11. She had that one measured as well, Lily Mosby, but it was a little short off the front of the rim. She nailed one earlier from about that distance. And it's 33-20. Vienna's had a little run here starting the second half, and there's 25. Shaylee Moore with, I believe, her second three for the night. I'm not sure, but it gives her 6 points now. Leading scorer for Vienna is 22, Macy Whiting with 10. Shaylee Moore with 6. Chloe Capron, I'm going to have to get some help on that name. She's Capron. Sorry, family. She's had at least 3 threes, and she has 9 points. Just a freshman, 5'5" guard. A quick 15-second timeout, I believe. I don't think that was our mass timeout. We're back out on the court in less than 90 seconds. Also, should mention Macy Whiting's play inside. Often the Eldorado Eagles have had at least 2 on her when she's posting up, but as soon as one of them gets a little out of distance, she spreads out good and looks for the ball, and she's 6'1", 6'1" sophomore, and she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Maybe I would expect to see some varsity play in there as well. Trying to dribble through some heavy traffic with Shaylee Moore there. Got a reaching foul. Second foul of this half for Eldorado, none for Vienna, team fouls. So it'll go back out to the top. .38-20. Number 2, Jaylyn Rodemaker. Am I saying that name right? Rademacher, excuse me. Rademacher. Get some phonetic spelling going on here in my notes to get better at the names. If you spell a word phonetically, what does that mean? Spell it the way it sounds? Then why do they spell the word phonetically? PH. All right, back to basketball. Oh, there's a good post up by Jaylyn Rademacher again. A little off on this one, but it was a good look at the go.
That's probably going to be our first 90-second mask break there. As Max Hook pointed out, from the referee's point of view, after 4 minutes in JV game, first dead ball, after 4 minutes, they get a 90-second mandatory mask break, breathing break. I know the girls appreciate it, but looking at the referees right now, they definitely could use it. We're going to let's come down and set a play up, it looks like. Whiting's posted up top of the key. Shaylee Moore, but passes on the shot. She had a wide open shot, but it was a good 2 feet pass, the 3-point marker. Chloe is, I would just have to say, just about a hand on just about every play. Plays a really good, close D coming down the court on her position player opposite, and moves her feet well. Reaching a little bit right now, doesn't get called for it. Uses her body well, keeping her hands up, but she gets called for blocking with the hips. That'll be Chloe's first foul. First foul. Not bad for as tight a defense as she plays. Got a substitution coming to the game. Number 1, Gracie Taylor. Chloe's going to take a much-needed break, I would say. Get some instruction from varsity coach Rick Metcalf. Nice block by Macy Whiting. We're going to see a lot of that. Towering at 6'1", she's got quite the vantage and the reach, making it difficult for any short baseline shots like that attempted. Yep. Gracie into the game and gets her hand on taking up right where Chloe left off. A double trap in the backcourt. It's going to be interesting to see if they can regroup in the defense. I got 3 Eldorado girls in the backcourt. There's a loft into one of them, but Vienna's there. Ball's tied up between number 3, Annabeth Webb, and I believe number 21, freshman Lily Dunn, on that inside pass. All underneath Eldorado. Another tip and partially blocked by Macy White. And may have to start keeping track of how many blocked shots this young gal gets in the game. That was good pursuit out and helped on the defense and got at least a couple of fingers on that one. Jalen Rademacher spotted up, missed it, gets the rebound. Couple of screens, drives all the way around, takes the tour. Lily Mosby Jr. was good pursuit on the ball, trying to get the breakaway for the layup, but gets called for the foul as her momentum carried her on into Shaylee Moore. Minute 43 seconds left, third quarter. Shaylee was headed to the farm, but lost it out of bounds, looking up to see where she was at for the layup. all-important third quarter. Usually the first 2 or 3 minutes of the third quarter is tall tale sign, and that's when Vienna made their run, and they now enjoy about an 18-point lead. And the tempo is definitely headed into the Vienna JV girls' favor. That foul was on number 2, Jalen Rodemaker. Her first foul as well. I did not see that. Who made that? I believe it was number 1, Adriana Hendricks for Eldorado. It's at least her third three-pointer. We do not have score totals for the visitors on the scoreboard up there. Vienna has a problem with the cable for the visitor side that they're working through. Should have it hopefully by tomorrow night's game. For sure, maybe by the boys varsity and JV game against Goreville on Saturday. They tried to go inside to Macy that time, but it was just a little too, even for her, it was a little over her reach. That'll be Vienna ball underneath the basket. Jalen Rademacher will bring the ball inside. Nope, excuse me, that's number 1, Gracie Taylor will bring the ball in. Good defense by Eldorado. Inside, there's Macy. Nothing going here. Oh, she does get her. She did get turned around towards the goal, but there was about 3 Eldorado players with hands on it, so it gets away, gets out of bounds off Vienna Eagles, Eldorado Eagles ball. 49 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's a loose ball. Goes out of bounds. It's called off number 1, Adriana Hendricks for Eldorado, and it'll go Vienna's direction with 32 seconds left. All alone down the middle. Nice penetration by number 25, Shaylee Moore, and she's fouled on the shot. She'll be shooting 2. Foul was on number 11, Junior Lily Mosby for Eldorado. That's her second foul. Shirley hits the first one. She now has 7 points. Yeah, second one in and out. Macy had the rebound, couldn't get it off. Gets that rebound, kicks it out to Ellie Maxwell, who misses just in and out for a three-pointer. Oh. Ellie with a good, there's a foul call. Looked like Ellie had the ball stolen. Oh, yep, it's going to go against Eldorado. She had the ball clean and then got fouled on the change of possession. And that's 5 team fouls, so it should be out of bounds, but they're lining up for a free throw. Oh, they have clarified it. They're going to go out of bounds. Vienna ball, 7.2 seconds in the backcourt. Nice little look inside quickly to Macy Whiting once again. She has 14 with that bucket. Into the third quarter, 43-25. Vienna Eagles girls JV team leads the Eldorado Eagles. I just got audio in my headset. Thank you.
Yeah, if you can. We do good practice anyhow. Just make sure you watch your switcher for.
Got camera operator Jonathan Green, also boys basketball player, doubling as our mobile camera tonight. He's going to introduce you to our student pep club. underneath the Vienna goal. Let's go to Jonathan now. See what we got over there, Jonathan. Oh, how about that? Okay. Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, 1 quarter to play. 43-25 Vienna Eagles. Vienna girls not letting up on the defense. Got Chloe Kaplan back in. Been impressed with her defense and, for that matter, all-around game. Eldorado trying to look for some screens out front to loosen things up, try to counter some of that pressure Vienna's defense is putting at the top of the key, keeping them from really running much of a play out there. Skip pass across the other side, back to the top of the key. Nice ball movement, just short on the basket. I believe it's Maddie Curley. She was spotted up. Good ball movement, gave her a good look, but it was a little short on the umph. Back and forth. She didn't want to. She didn't mean to. Out for Cassidy Taylor, no good. Back out to Chloe again. She spotted up for that one, short. Rebound Vienna. Back over to Chloe in the baseline again. This time about an 8-footer. Short, someone might have got a hand on it from Eldorado. She wants the ball back. Good pursuit, going to get a trap. Eldorado dribbles out of it. There's freshman number 1, Adriana Hendricks for the attempt, but it's off the mark this time. She may have been too close. She's used to 3 feet plus, or 3-point line plus another foot for her jumpers. I think that was a Vienna foul. It was. Foul was on number 12. Cassidy Taylor, her second foul. Vienna's third team foul. Long 3 from Maddie Curley. It's off the glass, no good. We've got a ball tie up. Alternating possession will go to Vienna under their goal. Chloe Capron, excuse me, tried to penetrate the baseline, had to pull up, take a little short one-handed floater, missed, and it's out of bounds. Be Eldorado ball, looks like. Referees are having a discussion on just that. Eldorado ball. Vienna's picking up full court. Loose ball goes out of bounds. Be a Vienna ball. Got a substitution for Vienna. Out is number 2, Jaylyn Rodemaker. And in is number 14. And I don't have a 14 on my sheet. It's number 24. 30. That's number 14, and I do not have a 14 listed, folks. I'm sorry. Can someone help me in the booth? Who's number 14? I don't have a 14 on our list. A holding foul. Not sure who it was on. Looks like it was on Eldorado. Number 15, Mackenzie Hall, got to be her second. Eldorado's 6th team foul. We're trying to run a name down for the Vienna substitute, number 14 in the game. There's Chloe again with a nice rims out. She's right there, and number 14 was there for an attempt, but we still didn't have a name to call the basket, but we were rooting for her just the same. Number 2, Jaylyn Rademacher to the line. Jaylyn has, let's see, don't have her on the board for a point total. Misses both. Vienna recovers the rebound. They've moved Rademacher over to the right side. She's posting all alone. If they can. There they found her. Oh, that one's off the glass a little hard by number 12. Cassie Taylor, but gets her own rebound and puts it up for 2. Chloe Capron again, hand on everything. Good defensive pressure in the backcourt on the I guess it was an inbounds play. I was thinking it was a rebound. Substitutions from Eldorado, 21 and 11. Lily Dunn and Lily Mosby. Number 14, this is who he's trying to get the clarification on. Oh, Riley Barbie is what they're saying. It was number 14 is Riley Barbie. I do know as of yesterday they were still passing out uniforms and trying to get that resolved before the game started, so we may have had an issue with the size, but I apologize to the Barbie family. Number 14 into the game is Miss Riley Barbie, freshman, 5'6" guard. Riley Barbie. Another 90-second mass timeout. 20-point lead for the Vienna Girl Eagles JV. We've seen a lot of substitution, but one thing I think we can take away from this, that Vienna's going to JV has got a good-looking inside-outside game with at least Chloe Capron with good perimeter shooting, not to mention her defense, and the nice looks inside. The 6'1" sophomore forward Macy Whiting has some good hands in under the goal. Even when she was double teamed, she's managed to get some nice shots and looks at the goal as well. Vienna with a 25-point lead in this fourth quarter, 3 minutes remaining. Not in any hurry for anything or anything forced, just work the ball around the perimeter, look for some good looks, good shots, get some other players here a chance to get a shot on goal, uncontested maybe. Good ball movement, quick. And there's our number 14, Riley Barbie, with a shot from the top of the key that rims out. Lily Mosby for Eldorado, breaking the ball down the court. Cracked the press by herself. 2 minutes, 18 seconds remaining. Vienna lofts one from Maddie Curley. Top of the key was a good look, just snipped the rim, a little shy, but she was uncontested, and that's what they're looking for with this time remaining, that kind of lead. You're not going to force anything inside or take any contested shots. And she was wide open. Eldorado called for traveling, be Vienna ball. Into the game, number 5, Ellie Maxwell for Vienna. Out, be exiting, will be Cassidy Taylor. 17 fouls for Eldorado, so the next foul we have will be having a one-on-one bonus. Mosby trying to break the press all alone again this time for Eldorado. Gets it knocked away, but right back gets their hands on it. It's tied up. Alternate possession will be Vienna ball with 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining. Oh. Number 14, Riley Barbie with a shot there. Went to the bank, but it was closed. Almost got to use the drive-through. It rimmed. She used every bit of that backboard and rim, but still couldn't get it to fall. Nothing but net from number 5, Ellie Maxwell. That's 4 points for her. Oh, and we got a tie ball. This time the alternating possession will be Eldorado. With 44 minutes, 44 seconds, 2/10 remaining. Thank God it's not 44 minutes in this contest. Vienna ball, 38 seconds. And the length of the floor to travel. Vienna may be content just to dribble the clock out here. Looks like that's going to bring us to the half, folks. Be sure and get your popcorn and your drinks ready for the varsity game. Be here at about 15 minutes from the end of this game, I believe. Well, with 3.1 seconds, we are going to have a foul. It'll be a shooting foul, it looks like. Giving me a chance to make up and get the name right again for the number 14, Riley Barbie. She'll be shooting 2 with 3 seconds left in this game. And she gets on the board. I don't know if that was an early exit for celebration or what was going on there, but everybody left the floor but Riley. They get her back. She gets spotted up for her second free throw attempt. And she uses the back glass and gets them both. 2 points for Riley Barbie. The buzzer. Oh! Lily Mosby Jr. for Eldorado hits about a 40-footer at the buzzer. 49-28 the final. Vienna High School JV girls will win. The first win of the game, the first win of the season, first game of the season. And we're going to take a break on the commentary and get prepared for the varsity game. Hope you're enjoying it. You're able to watch the game at home. Austin Poe, I know he was listening at home in his pajamas. I think it was Peanuts, wasn't it, Austin? All right, we'll be right back for more Vienna High School girls basketball.
Go. All right, everybody. We're 7 minutes away from the start of the first basketball game for the boys here in the 2021 season. 2020 season seems to have slipped us by. Maybe I'm like Rip Van Winkle and slept through it. But you just never know with the way things are running these days in the great state of Illinois. But anyway, we won't talk about that. We're going to talk about our sponsors. And just to give everybody an update of what's going on here very quickly, hopefully by Saturday, if not by Saturday, Monday at the latest, we'll have all of our sponsors with a logo whenever with their commercial runs. But I want to talk about our Vienna basketball sponsors. They're sponsoring both the boys and the girls. And this is in no particular order. It's just what I have it written down in. But Susie, Danny Joe, Joel, and Judd Trevelyan with Trevelyan Farms. Vince Holford, owners of Vince's DJ Show. Southern Trust Bank. Rodney Golson with LPL Financial. Rusty's Home Center in Vienna, Anna, and coming soon to Goreville. Hopefully that'll be in April. Legion's Bank. Chris and Kim Bent, owners of C&K Equipment and Bush Hog Mowers and Cub Cadet Mowers. We'll talk about Bush Hog Mowers later. I have one of those and I love it. It's nice to have a Bush Hog Mower authorized dealer in the area, because before Chris and Kim started doing that, you had to go to Timbuktu to get anything for Bush Hog. So I'm glad they have that. Guy Kuhn and Southern FS. Tracy Williams and Goddard's Auto Supply. Edward Jones Agent, Russ Kruder, and Banterra Bank, some of our sponsors that we're going to be having this year. Danny Field is beside me. I'm Ron Ellis, and folks, we hope you enjoy the broadcast here this evening. It's going to be a fun time. Rip Metcalf is the head coach again here at Vienna. He was a head coach back a few years ago, and for about 4 years with the boys, and David Hill has brought him back, and now he's the girls coach. But we'll have a lot of fun here tonight. We're going to go over the starting lineups here real quick with the Eldorado Eagles, the visitors here tonight. Scott Artman is their head coach, and their starting lineup goes like this. A senior, number 3 is Emma Wargel. A senior, number 4 is Lexi Mitchell. A junior, number 11, Lily, nope, she's not starting. They had her in there twice. Number 14 is a sophomore, Kylie Oglesby. She is starting. Number 25, Lily Mosby. Originally, she was listed as number 11, but Lily Gannard is wearing number 11, and Lily Mosby, a junior, she's wearing number 25. She's starting for the Eldorado Eagles. And a sophomore, number 40, Karis Lane. For the Vienna Eagles, both of these teams, this is their first game of the year. A 5'9" senior guard, number 4, Emma Rush. Also starting, a 5'6" senior guard, number 15, Emmy Treat. A forward, a third guard is a 5'6" junior, number 21, Haley Oliver. A forward, a 5'8" junior, number 20, Natalie Webb. And the other forward is 6'1" senior, number 24, Addison Bent. Head coach, Rick Metcalf, as we were talking about. And the assistant coach is Kelsey Odom. And Dan, you've seen these girls a little bit more than I have. I watched them last year as I was doing the broadcast for the Anna Jonesboro Lady Wildcats. And they lost a couple of big seniors. But I'll tell you what, with Addison Bent, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with on the inside here tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know how many blocks alone she had last year. She was, when she was second in there to Hohubner, there was a couple of blocking machines in there. Everything had to, if you was going to play an inside game against Vienna, you had to have some really good pick and rolls, some good screening if you're going to get an uncontested shot off.
This is the first time that Addison has been in there and hasn't had an equal, somebody that helps offset, and they'll be keying on her this year. She didn't get all the double teams that Hohubner had last year, and they'll be concentrating on her on the inside this year.
Absolutely. I tell you what, just just calling the JV game, I was impressed with the 6'1" sophomore, I believe it was, Macy Whiting, her play in there, and they were double teaming her some, and she'd work, get free, and when she got the ball, she squared up well to the goal, and at 6'1" and young like that, she's going to be a lot of help to coach if he needs to, if Addison gets any kind of foul trouble, so it'll be interesting to see how she comes along.
I was talking to Coach Metcalf earlier today, and kind of cheesy, but I was teasing him. I said, well, one thing's for sure tonight, the Eagles are going to win. With the Eldorado Eagles and the Vienna Eagles both in there, you're assured that an Eagle will win tonight.
You're going to make a bet then, right? What kind of odds are you getting on that, Ron?
100-1.
The booth just let me know at 0. We're going to switch to the announcer for the
starting lineup.
Starting lineup, national anthem, and
cool. We are still working through everything, and it'll be nice on TV when we get, if everything goes right with the commercials, you'll have the logo up there, and I've been working on getting those. I need to get your son's number. I tried calling you guys last night. You were doing drywall, and I couldn't get through.
We had accidentally drywalled ourselves into one of the closets, Ron. It took us a while to get out of there.
Somehow I can actually believe that.
Okay, I think we're going live to the...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Vienna High School welcomes you to tonight's IHSA girls basketball game between the Eagles of Eldorado High School and your Vienna Eagles. At this time, would you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the performance of our national anthem.
Our officials for tonight, a very veteran crew.
And now let's meet
we'll
the
talk
players.
about them here in just a
First
second.
for the visitors from Eldorado, a senior, number 4, Lexi Mitchell. Senior, number 3, Emma Wargle. A junior, number 25, Lily Mosby. Junior, number 45, Emily Sigler. And a junior, number 35, Alexa Haynell. Eagles are coached by Mr. Scott Artman. Rise up, sports fans. Let's introduce your Vienna Eagles. A senior, number 4, Emma Rush. A senior, number 24, Addison Bent. A senior, number 15, Emmy Treat. A junior, number 20, Natalie Webb. And a junior, number 21, Haley Oliver. The Eagles are coached by Mr. Rick Metcalf, assisted by Kelsey Odom. Tonight's officiating crew, Jimmy Dean, Mike Eastwood, and Barry Vaughn. Let's play ball.
Play ball. Wait a minute. We're not playing baseball, are we? The officials are Mike Eastwood. He's going to be tipping it up here at center court. Down underneath the Vienna gym on the Vienna side is Jimmy Dean. And the one closest to the Vienna bench, if you're looking at this on TV, is Barry Vaughn. And Barry Vaughn has just been appointed to the appellate court. He's a judge. And so had a chance to talk to him. You always got to be nice to the judges. You never know when you might have to need one.
Is that the voice of experience, Ron?
No, I try to stay on with them. Who's Sigler?
Number 45 is Emily Sigler, Jr.
Emily, E-M-I-L-Y. All right, no tip this year, and Harrisburg will have the basketball. Vienna opens in a zone on the left wing. Out on top with the ball is
skip pass.
Down into the right corner. Dribbling around out there was Mitchell. That's Lexi Mitchell. Back out on top to the free throw line over to Lane. And the shot down off the block is no good. Rebound comes out of there to Vienna's
Emily Rush. Yeah, she worked in from a guard position and was there for the rebound. Blocked out nicely.
And that's what it's going to take. I'll tell you what, Scott Artman, the head coach for Harrisburg, he's going to have his hands full this year because they're a little bit down this year. They lost a lot of talent off of last year's team. Vienna gets the ball into the low block, and the basket and the foul. Oh, before the shot. Wow. Okay. They get it out over to Bent. Out on top. Over to Oliver. Ben has it in the paint. Little 5-footer is good.
In, out, and back in.
And Addison Bent gives the Eagles their first lead of the 2021 season. 6:48 to go here in quarter number one. Vienna opens in a zone, long shot from the corner, no good, and once again, Rush with the rebound. She rushes into the front court, all the way into the paint, crossover dribble, off the glass and in. Nobody picked her up, and she goes coast to coast, and it's quickly 4-0, a minute and a half into the game. Into the front court with the dribble is Harrisburg. It's number 35. The starting lineup that we were given is absolutely incorrect. Mosby, I don't know what happened. Mosby out on top to Sigler. Her shot is good, and it's a two-pointer. Her foot was on the line. 4-2. She was about 3 inches short, Danny, of having a three-pointer. Oh, it's Eldorado. That's right. That's what. I said Harrisburg, didn't I? Harrisburg still lost a lot of talent. Where ball was knocked away, and Eldorado on the steal. Down on the low block is
muscled her way in
Mitchell.
there, didn't she?
She did muscle her way in. Mitchell did. No good. Dent with the rebound. Bent gets it out over to the guard. Out on top is Treat. Treat goes right side to Rush into the paint. She walks, no call. Picks up into the left corner. Shot is no good. Fight for the rebound, and it comes out of there to number 35.
Rush was in there rebounding again from the guard position. Had a hand on the ball even.
McNeil. They get it out on top with the dribble is Mosby, and Mosby
Back
steps out of bounds. Turnover on Eldorado. Eldorado has 2 turnovers. Vienna has 1. We've played almost 3 minutes here in this first quarter, 4-2, and another throwaway. Now each team with 2 turnovers. With the basketball is Mosby. Mosby passes it out on top, almost stolen away. We're going to have a jump ball. That should be yep, it is. Possession arrow to the Eagles. Vienna, rather. If I say Eagles, that's going to be Vienna basketball. Otherwise, it'll be Eldorado. So anytime we say Eagles, that's a Vienna possession.
When we say Vienna, you say
Eagles.
Okay.
Yes.
Go, Ron. Go.
And we have our first blow here. So 20-second timeout, 30-second timeout, whatever it is. And your first thoughts here just a little bit as we play the Eldorado Eagles.
Main thing I think would be, just like you said, Eldorado going to look to try to regroup from some of their key losses position-wise. It looks like they're starting with only 2 seniors.
Yeah, they've only got 3 seniors listed on their team.
Oh, I'm sorry, that Emily Sigler, which was a last-minute change to our roster here, was a junior, actually. So it was actually starting one senior, 2 juniors, and sophomore.
No, the yellow one. So it'll be interesting to see for, both teams. They haven't had a chance to play with Coach Metcalf. He did have an advantage because he did take advantage of the back in November when they had the opportunity to practice, so he was able to get some practices in then, and that's a huge advantage because you have a new coach, both at the boys level, the girls level, and you have to learn the kids because neither coach is from Vienna, so they didn't know them coming into the regular season. It's sort of a feeling out period.
Yeah, I guess one advantage we have is with Metcalf coaching at Cesar Valier's girls, he's got to see some of these Vienna players and coached against them, so he has a little bit of insight as some of their strengths and weaknesses.
4:55 to go here in the first quarter. Vienna with the basketball. Out on the left side, Bent has it way out on top. Out on top.
A little motion offense going here.
And Emmy Vincent is in there, a 5'7" freshman. Shot up is no good. Bent with the rebound. Kicks it out. Three-pointer put up is good. And that is Haley Oliver with the basket. Makes it 7-2. 4:23. Eldorado breaks the press at the half court. Down in the low block. They kick it back on top. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell is rode, and she's going to be fouled. Little too tight defense, they said, by Haley Oliver. She'll pick up her first. 7:14 to go here in quarter number 1. They get it in. Oh, nice pass into Wargle, and the ball is taken away. Coming the other way.
Emma Rush might have had a hand on the shot, actually.
And shot up, no good. Rush with the rebound. Rush is everywhere. Three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound comes out of there to Mosby. Mosby's triple team and almost taken away, and then we're going to get a foul on Vienna. And that foul on number 21, that'll be Oliver's second.
Second quick foul there, 2 fouls quickly.
And she's going to have a seat. And coming into the game is Emmy Treat. 3:50 to go here in quarter number 1. On the right side with the dribble is Hanel. And stepping out of bounds, I believe. No signal, but that's exactly what happened. So another turnover for number 4 on Eldorado. And bringing the ball into the front court is Vienna. Rush has it, throws it away.
Too much traffic in there for that one.
Coming all the way down is Mosby. No good on the shot, and we have a tie-up, and this possession arrow will go toward the Eldorado Eagles. Well, I tell you what, Dan, it's really weird not seeing a jump ball, at least to start the half.
Hey, absolutely.
Or the game, rather.
24, Lacey Hobbs in for Eldorado. Out 45, Emily Sigler.
Out on top with the ball is Mitchell. Into the right wing, over to Hanel. And she walks, and they call a 5-second count. Well, either way, it's a turnover. That's their 5th. And here in the first quarter, it's not the cleanest game.
No, something you kind of expect, maybe first game of the year. But
get the bugs worked out. Out on top with the ball is Treat. They working around the horn. Quick three-pointer, air ball.
Somebody got a hand on that one just a little bit, number 25.
And we have a foul.
Really, Mosby might have got a finger on that shot.
This will be a foul on the Eagles. And that's number 20 is Natalie Webb. 5'8" junior, picks up her first foul. Team 3. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 7-2. Vienna with the dribble is Mitchell. She gets it right side. Oh, they get it down on the low block to Wargle, up and in. That was a nice pass onto the low block, and it's 7-4.
She gambled on that, and once it went through, it was nothing but her. It was Wargle in the backboard, wasn't it?
Clean pass. Treat. Rush with 3 off the front of the rim. Mitchell with the rebound. And we're going to have another foul on the Vienna Eagles, and this is the 4th foul. And those fouls, Dan, those fouls are going to add up and hurt you down the road. That was on number 13, Emmy Vincent
in the game.
5'7" freshman. Give and go, and the ball stripped away, and we're going to have another foul on Vienna. Or they're saying it's out of bounds off of Vienna.
Looked like they were just about 3 yards short of the first down on that play, Ron. As many people hitting the floor. And
well, maybe they're getting ready for Sunday. Long three-point.
Oh, and some contact on the shot.
That's a big one, and that'll be a. Emmy Treat picks up her first foul, and this will be 3 free throws, and this will go to Lexi Mitchell, the senior, and she has a chance to tie it up here. 7-4 is our score. 2:18 to go in the first quarter, and the first free throw is no good. Say hi while we have a moment to the Pep Club in the Commons area. That's a nice screen TV. I went in there and looked at it just a little bit ago before this game started.
Might even be able to hear them applaud from there if they really get after it, huh, Ron?
I'll tell you what, they'll really have to applaud to hear it way down here. Third free throw is good. She hits 2 out of 3, and it's a 1-point deficit for the Eldorado Eagles. 7-6, 2:15 to go here in the first quarter. Into the front court with the basketball. And a walk before the three-pointers. Everybody laid off of her, and Emma Rush drained the 3, but she took a crow step in there in advance. That is the 5th turnover on the Vienna Eagles. Skip pass down in the low block is off the glass, no good. That shot put up by Lacey Hobbs, and we're gonna have a jump ball on the tie-up, possession arrow to Vienna. 2 minutes exactly to go in this low-scoring affair. Rush has the ball. It's a 2-1-2 zone by Eldorado. Left side with the ball.
We'll get a chance to see
Rush. Bent back to Rush. Rush, top of the key. Ooh. Left side over to Shaylee Moore. Skip pass, right side, thrown away. But Bent comes out there with it, down in the low block, over to Whiting, and up and in. And that was
25.
25 with it, Shaylee Moore. She makes it 9-6, give the Eagles a little breathing room in the right corner. Out on top, over to Haley.
Addison Bent got a
and they get it down deep
tip on that.
in, and that goes to Emma Wargle. Okay. 9-8. Rush brings it into the front court with 60 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Rush drives right side, 15-footer. She'll go the line for 2. This will go against number 24, Lacey Hobbs. And Hobbs, that'll be her first foul of the game. 54 seconds left here in quarter number 1, and Emma Rush, her first free throw, is on the way, and it's good. Nice form. 10-8. Squared her shoulders up, bent the knees perfectly, and great spin on the ball. It'll come off the rim soft. Second is nothing
like
but
that,
the
it
bottom
won't.
of the net. What rim? That's some nice shooting free throws right there. We're under 50 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Out on top with the ball, Wargle has it. They get into the right corner, over to Hanel. Back to Mitchell. To Hanel, her 2-pointer is no good. Coming over the top was Lily Mosby, and she knocked the ball out of bounds. It should be, they're saying it's off of Vienna. Wow. 32.9 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. It's 11-8 Eagles. On the left wing to Mitchell. Mitchell looks inside, nothing there. Mitchell thought about a 3, doesn't take it. Out on top over to Hanel. Back over to Mosby. Her 3 is short. Bent with the rebound. Addison Bent gets it over to Rush. Rush brings it across the half line with 14 seconds to go. She's being rode like a pony. On the baseline, she's cut off, throws it up, no good. Fight for the rebound. and it comes out to Eldorado. She throws it away. Coming down with it is Whiting. Whiting's shot is blocked at the buzzer.
I don't
She's
think we're going to get
clobbered.
the call.
I guarantee you we're not getting the call. Emma Wargel just got by with one, and with 8 minutes gone in this game, it's 11-8, and it got a little ragtaggy right there at the end of the first quarter. But, Bud, you got some scoring totals here?
Well, I think the most impressive one, as you've noted, is the turnovers already for both teams.
5 and
Pretty
5.
sloppy basketball this first half, I guess, as everybody's trying to, like you say, feel their way out and get their legs under them and get the feel for the game.
Feel the ropes.
That's right. Point total-wise, nothing impressive. Pretty much spread out for Vienna. 4 points for Emma Rush, 3 points for Haley Oliver, 2 for Addison Ben, and 2 for Shaylee Moore. Eldorado got 4 for Wargel, 2 for Lexi Mitchell, and 2 for Sigler. I'm missing a bucket somewhere for Eldorado. I'm not sure. Just
Emily Sigler got a basket.
Yeah.
So 11-8, and Vienna took the first lead 2-0. They have led the entire way. Their biggest lead of the game was 7-2. And since then, it's been a 6-4 run by Eldorado to cut it to the present 3-point deficit. But, I'll tell you what, Coach Metcalf will take a 3-point win. You take a 3-point win every quarter, and even with Common Core math, you're going to win by 12 points at the end of the game.
I don't even care what the square root of that is, Ron. It is interesting to see him going with 2 6'1" girls in there, playing the sophomore like we talked about in the before the game, the Whiting girl, sorry, I get her name right.
They get it down to
Macy.
Hobbs, and it's taken away by Vienna. Vienna goes all the way down. Rush off the glass, doesn't get the roll. They fight for it. It comes out there, bodies on. It's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 4-yard line.
A little slow to get up is that Wargel?
Mitchell. I think it is Wargel. So 2nd and 2, Eldorado with the football. Oh, we're playing basketball. I'm sorry. 25 seconds gone here, and going out of the game is Macy Whiting. And who came in for her?
Maybe 25. Shaylee Moore.
Shaylee Moore, 5'9" freshman. They get it up over to Mosby. Mosby back on top to Hadel. She brings it across on a pass, and there's a bump, no call. It's a good thing they're not calling everything, or we'd be here all night long. Out on top, Hadel has it. 2-1 matchup with Vienna. Oh, wide open, and the ball was tipped away, almost stolen. And this time, Addison Bent does
stripped
steal
that
it.
one away, didn't
Yes,
she?
she did. That was a nice play by Bent. In the right corner, 3-pointer is good.
Emma had that one measured, didn't she?
Emmy Treat.
The first 3 of the
Range
game.
of 3, and it's 14-8. Eagles with their biggest lead of the game. It's a sort of a matchup zone, and then they drop back into a 3-2. Back out on top, long 3. That's way short. Air ball, and there's a push.
Clearing
That'll
out
be
by
number 24. Lacey Hobbs will pick up the foul. That'll be her second.
She cleared her out too, didn't she?
Well, what was great was we talked about last night taking your butt and getting that oof. And she did, and she didn't like it too much, and she just took her right forearm and just cleaned the clock. 6:38 to go here in quarter number 2, 14-8, 6-point Vienna lead. Rush into the front court with the dribble. Ball's tipped loose into the back court. Nice play for Moore to go back and get it. Moore picks up the dribble, out on top to Rush. Rush, crossover dribble into the paint.
Little floater.
15-footers. Good! Emma Rush drains the floater on the runner, and ball taken away by Bent. Bent, 5-footer off the glass and in! 18-8 off the steal, and Addison, another steal. It takes it out of bounds by Shaylee Moore.
Actually, Natalie Webb got in on that.
That was Natalie Webb.
It's coming from everywhere, though, Ron. You're right.
Eldorado.
There's a hand from a different player on every pass or
And
look here.
That's the first time Metcalf had put the full hard press on. They just had a floater press just to let them know that they were there. And then he comes out after that last whistle, and he slaps a hard press on.
I think he was waiting for that moment there. Right?
And, you know, Eldorado caught him off guard, and they proved real quick that they don't have some ball handlers out there.
I don't know if the injured Wargle that came out was his senior ball handler that helped with that or not, but it sure happened right after she came out. So maybe it's I see on the
Looks like
sideline.
she may have twisted her ankle because
on the
they got ice
sideline
on
we
it.
got their ice in her foot right now. If we might be able to.
It's a man-to-man press. Double ball's knocked loose by Webb. Eldorado gets it back. There's a walk, no call. Up over to Mitchell. Mitchell into the front court. Mitchell having a little tentative with the dribble.
Oh, some rough cross blocking out there by 35 for Eldorado. Used
Mitchell.
both hands pushed off.
And then they're going to
referees did not see it.
Gracious. Then they're going to get Natalie Webb with a bump on the baseline. Good gravy.
That was a two-handed hockey check there by number 35, Alexa Hale from Eldorado, and she got away with it. But
Tarasenko should hit like that.
That's right. May have the Zamboni out for halftime to clean up this mess.
Coyotes lead the Blues after one period in St. Louis, 2-0. St. Louis won 2 nights ago. Here, free throw is no good. Bent with the rebound. She gets it over to Rush. Rush into the front court. Backs it into the right corner. Out on top to Addison.
Bent trying
Her
to
three-pointer off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound ripped out there by Mosby. Mosby passes it off to Mitchell. And that's not much of a pass, quite frankly. With the ball, a walk by Hobbs. No call, and then a throwaway. Wow. That's 9 turnovers on the Eldorado Eagles, 5 on the Vienna Eagles with 5:19 to go here in quarter number 2, 18-8. It's a 7-0 run to start this second quarter by Vienna. Addison bent, and a three-pointer put up is good. Emma Rush drains a 3, and it's 21-8. Ball out on top, over to Ziegler, and we have a jump ball called, and this will go to Vienna. Another turnover. That's their 10th. They have 5 turnovers this quarter and no points. There's a direct correlation right there. So 5 turnovers on Eldorado, no points. Vienna has come out on a 10-0 run to start this quarter. Going back into the last quarter, it's a 12-0 run. Into Bent, off the glass and in. Addison Bent off the glass and in, 23-8.
That's right in her wheelhouse there.
Ball almost taken away. They get it up over to Hendricks.
Nice hands
and
by
then the
Treat
ball
to get in the
stolen
middle of
away
that
again.
one.
Treat
Good
has it.
anticipation.
Into the front court. Ball, they fall down to Bent. Bent off the glass again and in. And timeout called by Eldorado. And Vienna has
Coach Hartman's seen enough of that, hasn't he?
And the press is just eating Eldorado up.
25-8, what a run, huh?
Well, it was 9-8, and then the 2 free throws to finish out the first quarter. And going back into the end of the first quarter, we're on a 16-0 run.
Wow.
That's pretty salty. And what's really amazing, when Eldorado is able to break the press, they do not have sure ball handlers out there, and quite frankly, Vienna is able to just eat their lunch because Eldorado cannot get the ball into the paint. Every shot that they have is from the perimeter.
And in several of the even the passes, once they get down, they transition after the breaking the press. There's been a bent to deal with for the little 8-footer, and they're getting a finger or a hand on that. It's just frustrating. Even once you do break the press and get in close enough for the shot, to have that kind of formidable defense staring your face after the
Well,
transition.
in the first quarter, Eldorado, Vienna let them bring the ball up, and they were able to get the ball into the low block. And Wargle had a basket down there in the low block, and I forget who the other. I think it was Mosby, but they had 2 baskets in the low block. But since then, Vienna's increased the pressure, and they haven't got the ball into the paint in quite a few minutes. We'll have to see how long it's how much time's left. I think there's about 4 minutes left here in the quarter. We'll see here in a second.
You can definitely
4:24.
Coach Artman was considering that, right, just what we're talking about right now, to see what kind of adjustments he can make to this press and even setting up some kind of offense to counter that.
It's a 2-1-2 full court press, and they get the ball. She walked, and there's
Again,
another walk.
twice,
and then dribbles
went
out of bounds. Hey, I could referee very good from up here. They don't listen to me all the time, but I can referee. It'll be Emmy Treat, the 5'6" senior, inbounding the ball. Emmy Vincent back over to Treat, and Treat will jog it into the front court. 2-1-2 zone by Eldorado. Out on top, Treat has it. Right side, over to Vincent. Vincent into the right corner. That's Shaylee Moore with it in the corner. Gets it back out on top to Vincent on the right side. To the top of the key, back to Vincent for three, off the back of the rim, no good, and in the corner, Eldorado comes out of the rim.
Nice
stolen
steal by
away.
Shaylee
And then the
Moore.
ball's loose on the ground, and it's a scrum, and a quick timeout called by Eldorado to save the possession. So both teams with a turnover there, and then Eldorado's going to have the timeout to save the other turnover, and it's 25-8. Eldorado will have the basketball, length of the floor to go. Thoughts, Bud?
With that run, like you said, I think the coach Vienna coach may have just pulled it off right at the right time, just to not give them the opportunity to adjust to that press, and they've not been able to do it, even with the timeout. Looks like.
The last time Eldorado tried to bring the ball up, they proved my point of having difficulty with the dribble.
I would bet that wasn't the person supposed to bring the ball down. I don't think I've seen 2 walks and step out of bounds by the same player in 5 seconds. So
well, what this does is this proves how important Emma Wargel is, because Wargel, and you can tell she's in some pain over there, but Wargel, a senior, not only is she a leader on the floor, but she's a steadying force for this team, because this is a very young Eldorado team, and she handles the ball, she shoots the ball, she directs the traffic out on the floor. She's like a coach on the floor.
It's showing up in this score right now. You can tell in the way this game's went the last 3-4 minutes in this second quarter.
Mitchell bulls her way down. They get it down inside. First time they've got it into the block, and Lily Mosby is going to go to the free throw line for 2 as she is fouled. And that's the first time this quarter they've gotten the ball into the paint, and that'll be on number 4, Emma Rush. That's her second. And Wargel's first free throw is a little short.
Last 3 seasons, Emma struggled with fouls. She's real aggressive, very tenacious defender, and it's cost us some offensive opportunities to have her in the game. Well, to have her in the game, her offensive production, because of foul troubles. And I was really impressed with. She's been pretty restrained so far. But the second foul here in the second quarter, so I have to be careful.
Second free throw is good. Natalie Webb came in after that first missed free throw. It's 25-9, and that breaks the 16-0 run by the Vienna Eagles. 3:25 to go here in quarter number 2. Rush for 3 from the right corner off the front of the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound, and we have a tie-up, and this will go to Eldorado on the tie-up.
They were lucky there was a tie-up, because she was on her way to the floor would have been called for walking as she was stumbling. But when we grabbed a hold of the ball, we kept her from falling down and caused the alternate possession.
Lily Gangard, number 11, is into the game. They get it over to Mitchell, and Mitchell just puts her head down, and she's going to go with the ball, and then she steps out of bounds. That was a nice play by Addison Dent.
I was hoping
right
he was
there.
going to say something.
Dent put her foot on the line and blocked the line, so the only way she could go was either to go through her or go out of bounds.
She did a little bit of both there, didn't she, actually?
But I'll tell you what, Addison's pretty strong, because she didn't buckle at all. Rush with the ball, long three-pointer put up by Treat.
Another one.
Emma Treat drains a three.
One of the quarter.
28-9. Quickly into the front. Gangard has it, double team. She throws it away. Stealing the ball is Webb, and Webb will set it up. That's the 14th turnover on Eldorado, and we haven't even gone the first half yet. They get it down deep in the low block, and that shot was put up by Webb, no good, and it's out of bounds.
Ron, I do want to point out, I had heard from the athletic director here at Vienna before the game when I was trying to get the rosters up that Eldorado had 2 starters that were out right now. So
Eldorado does? Okay.
Yes.
That'll make a difference.
And it could be your ball controllers by the looks of it.
Could be. And then you lose Wargle, too.
Yep.
Out on top with the ball is Mosby.
Nice give and go.
Off the shot, runner, no good. Bent with the rebound. She gets it out on the far side and coming the other way. Ball knocked loose. Ball still loose. And coming out there with it was number 20, Natalie Webb. I was trying to pick her number up when she was bent over, dribbling the ball up the court. And that'll be number 25, Lacey Mosby. That'll be, or Lily Mosby. That's her first. 2:10 to go. Into Rush. Rush in the right corner. Back out on top over to Treat. I'd guard her from the right elbow. Bench shot up, no good. Rebound by Mosby. Mosby races into the front court with the dribble. Still with the dribble. Now she's cut off, and then she's going to be fouled by Emmy Treat, I believe.
23. A little aggressive. I believe that was Macy. No.
Riley Barbie. 25. That was 25, Shaylee Moore.
Okay, Shaylee.
Shaylee Moore
first
with the foul. That's her first. And Mosby to the free throw line. She's going to have 1-and-1 is good. 28-10. And they're only 2 points this quarter from the free throw line.
Both of them from Lily.
1:56 to go here in the first half. Second free throw rattles in. 28-11. And Mosby's going to take a blow. Coming in for her is Lacey Hobbs, the senior.
Vienna will counter with number 13.
13,
Emmy
Vincent, 5'7" freshman.
She's going to give Natalie Webb a break.
Wonder if she's relation to Paul Vincent. Into the front court with the basketball are the Vienna Eagles to Addison Bent out on top. They get it in.
Nice pass
over
inside,
to
Shaylin
Moore. Off the glass and in. Little 8-footer by Moore. It's 30-11. Full court pressure. Mitchell throws it up for grabs, and coming out there with it is Vienna. That's Vincent. Three-pointer by Rush is no good. Bent with the rebound, takes it hard to the hole, and she is clobbered. She'll go to the line for 2. And 1:24 to go here in quarter number 2. And Addison Bent to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Foul was called on Adriana Hendricks, her first. 19th
Another
foul
freshman.
for Vienna.
5
for Eldorado.
Just 5 for Eldorado, but this was a 2-shotter. Two-shooter foul. And coming in, Macy Whiting, 6'1" sophomore. Rush is going to take a blow for the rest of the half. Bent's second free throw is on the way, and this one is off the back of the rim, no good. Tapped out there by Whiting, and it's going to go out of bounds. It should be off
purple.
It is. They're not telling us who it is. And now Rush is coming back in.
Coach had took her out. He didn't want to get that third foul, but he'll use her offensively here for one more play at least.
I don't blame her. They get it into Bent.
Man, she was clobbered.
No call.
Treat
Three-pointer
for 3.
put up for Treat.
Oh,
No,
a couple bounces won't go.
And Moore with the rebound. Or no, that was Bent. Bent got the rebound.
And she couldn't get it to go.
And Vienna still has the ball out on top over to Treat. Treat out by center court with 1 minute to go. It looks like they're just going to hold the ball. It's a 2-3 zone by Eldorado. Treat with the ball. And now they come out to challenge a little bit. Treat picks up the dribble. They get it into Bent. Bent back over to Treat. Treat.
Fans and the girls starting to clap. They're
Dribbling
going
out
down the
between
half.
the circles. Now they come out to challenge it. She dribbles out of trouble. Gets it over to Rush. Back to Treat. 30 seconds to go. Treat just almost fouled by Hendricks. No call. Earlier, that would have been a foul.
Get your hand there, Emmy.
Treat still with the dribble. 15 seconds to go. Now they're going to set it up. Treat dribbles to the left wing, and then they call a touch foul. Adriana Hendricks has her second foul, and that's a non-shooting foul because it's just the 6th team.
11 seconds.
And they get it into,
oh my,
ball's knocked loose. Coming out of there with it, and now we're going to have a foul, and who's this going to be on?
They tied up and went down hard. You could hear it way up here.
And they're going to call that on Bent.
Wish we had replay
so
for that.
Addison Bent picks up her first foul, and they're going to get 2 free throws on the other side, and that'll be Lexi Mitchell to the free throw line. She'll be shooting 2 because they're in the double bonus now with 10. And the officials are talking it over about something.
Well, maybe in a player control foul, maybe it won't be. They're calling it offensive foul, so it'd be a inbounds, won't be a free throw.
Huh. Okay. So let me take that off of there. We'll take that off of there. And it'll be Eldorado basketball in the backcourt with 8.4 seconds to go.
Eldorado needing a 20-point play here to tie it up at the half.
Mitchell gets it into Mosby. Mosby over the half line. 5 seconds to go. Mosby still with the dribble. Into the right corner to Mitchell. Mitchell can't get the shot off, and that's how the first half comes to a close. It was a great second quarter by the Vienna Eagles, outscoring the Eldorado Eagles 20-3, and the only 3 points scored was 3 free throws. They were 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and that was it. Wow, what a quarter.
Yeah, and like you pointed out earlier, it wasn't just the press. It was all, once he even got down in the, and I wouldn't call it really set a play up, but tried to look inside quick or get anything, there was just nothing happening.
No, there really wasn't. Total up the points there real quick. I'll talk about what's coming up here on our Vienna broadcast.
Okay.
I'm Ron Ellis. I'm with WIBH radio station out of Anna. And tonight's game, we have Eldorado with Chester getting out of the doghouse. Them, Sparta, and Nashville, they're in the wrong region. They were tied in with the Metro East region, and today they were the entire region was lifted out of the doghouse, and they're able to start playing ball immediately because they've been practicing. So tomorrow evening, Friday night, the Chester Yellow Jackets will be here at Vienna Gymnasium, and at 5 o'clock, I'm assuming that we're going to have 3 games tomorrow. Freshman, JV, and varsity. So the varsity game will start somewhere in the vicinity of around 7:30. We'll have, is somebody going to be doing the freshman game tomorrow?
We haven't discussed it. I'm sure we'll have someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then Chester is Friday night, and then Saturday we're going to have a doubleheader. The girls are going to play Chester in the JV game at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The varsity game will start somewhere in the vicinity of 2:30. That's what I'm suspecting. And then at 6:30, the Goreville Black Cats are going to come in here to Eagle Stadium. And Goreville, arguably, we talked about this a little bit last Tuesday night with Coach Dreer, and the Goreville Black Cats are probably, in my opinion, the best 2A basketball team here in Southern Illinois this year.
Well, the last 3 or 4 years, they are perennially, and for 2A, they've been.
Yeah, they got cheated out of a trophy last year, seriously, because right when all this COVID mess, when the leaders of wisdom to be decided that we weren't going to have finishing up the state tournaments, Goreville would have represented the Deep South up in Peoria, and I think represented us very well because they would have come home with some hardware, but they didn't get that opportunity. And they brought just about everybody back from last year's team, and it's a shame that they won't be able to have a state tournament to try to have a run again. But we'll have that game here Saturday night, and I'm looking forward to seeing Goreville play. Vienna is going to have to bring their A+ game Saturday night, and they're going to have to bring it tomorrow night too, because the Chester Yellow Jackets are very physical. They're very long, they're lanky, and they've got some speed, and they can shoot from the outside, and they're very physical. A lot of the kids, I don't know how it works here with the number of kids that are playing basketball and would play football too, but quite a few of the kids play football on the Chester Yellow Jackets, and that'll be, they bring that same kind of mentality to the hardwood.
Yeah.
So I saw Chester play a couple of games last year, and then next week on Monday night, the girls are going to have their shot at the Goreville Black Cats. They'll be at Goreville on Monday night, and then Tuesday night, the boys are traveling up to Cesar-Valere. Wednesday night, we got a night off, and then next Thursday, the girls are playing Christopher here. Next Friday, the boys go to Trico, and then on Saturday, once again, it's another doubleheader on the February 13th. Carroll Pilots are going to play the Lady Cats. That's at 1 o'clock. It's a varsity only right here. And then that evening, about 7:15 or so, the 7:15, 7:30, the varsity boys will play Ziegler Royalton right here. So that's our lineup for the next 2 weeks. And a lot of basketball. We're going to have about, unless something changes, we're looking at having 36 basketball games just with Vienna in 38 days.
Yeah, they're great.
Forget Sundays.
You got to cram them in there, don't they, Ron?
With like a shoehorn. So, are you ready? You got some totals here for us, Bud?
Excuse me.
Did you get choked up there?
For the Eldorado Eagles, leading scorer is actually Emma Wargle, senior, with only 4 points, but she, as you remember, she was out with an ankle injury for most of all of fourth quarter, I believe, and a lot of third quarter. Or excuse me, second quarter. A little bit of the first, maybe. Lexi Mitchell with 2. Lily Mosby with 3. All 3 free throws in the second quarter, which were the only baskets scored by Eldorado in that second quarter. Then Emily Sigler with 2. For Vienna, leading scoring was actually Addison Bent and Emma Rush, both with 9, both seniors. 6 points from Emmy Treat, both 3-pointers in the second quarter. 4 points from Shaylee Moore, and a 3-pointer from Haley Oliver, totaling 31 for the quarter. I had the Lady Cats, they had 5 turnovers after 1 quarter. I had them for only 2 turnovers in that second quarter for 7. 14 turnovers for the Eldorado Eagles in 16 minutes of play. And that is a major contributing factor to a 20-point deficit here at 31-11. When you're averaging almost a turnover a minute, Houston, we have a problem. Yeah, that's going to come back quick.
It will come back to bite you real quick. Vienna jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead, and Eldorado, they cut it to a 1-point deficit twice in the first quarter. Vienna had a 3-point lead, and they had a 3-attempt foul, and that was by Lily Mosby. She hit 2 of 3, cut it to a 1-point deficit. Vienna comes back, hits a deuce for a 3-point lead again, and then Eldorado got a basket to cut it to 9-8, and then Vienna hit 2 free throws at the end of the first quarter for an 11-8 lead, and then they proceeded to on a 14-0 run in the second quarter to open up a 25-8 lead, their biggest lead of the game. At that point, And as we talked about, Eldorado only hit 3 free throws in that second quarter. They were 3 of 4. They are 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Do what?
He said at the beginning a couple of times.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's the purple.
Yeah.
So, 5 of 7 is what Eldorado is from the free throw line in the first half, and the Vienna Eagles were 3 of 4 from the free throw line in that first half. And I hope Emma Wargle, the first game of the year, it'll be interesting to see if they try to play her in this second half.
Well, I can't see her. I've not seen her come back out on the floor yet from the locker room.
They were icing her ankle, and you hate to see anybody get hurt, especially a senior. I say, good gravy. We only get 6 weeks anyway, half a season, and you do not want to see anybody get hurt. It's been tough enough on these kids anyway, and you want to see a senior have the opportunity to play all the games that they can.
And I'm not sure if Coach Artman is just beside himself, because it's very potential. There's good possibility those 2 players that they said he didn't have, the starters that couldn't come tonight, were part of his ball handling. And then Emma Wargle, the senior down with a bad ankle, could have been the other part of that. So he had absolutely his 4th person he would have to try to even bring the ball down the court. So,
well, it's forced Mitchell and Mosby to take a big role in trying to help get the ball up against the press. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Metcalf presses any here in the third quarter, but with a 20-point lead, I would think he probably wouldn't. I'd be surprised if he would. You just never know with Coach Metcalf, because here's the thing too. He's trying to teach and learn the girls too.
And get there quick. You don't have a lot of time to work on this, so you've got to do it. You got to strike while the iron's hot. Is that what you would say?
Yeah,
Ron?
Literally. And it's a 6-week period. We know that March 13th is going to culminate this. A lot of schools are not going to play, especially at the boy level. A lot of schools are not going to play that last week because the schools, Harrisburg's not going to, I know for sure, because of the football team. And you have to have 12 football practices in. You can't use 2 in one day. It has to be 12 separate days. And they can start playing football on the 19th and the 20th. Quite a few schools that I've seen are going to play in March. They're going to play on Saturday afternoon. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of weather we have for football season with March and April. And 6 games only for football and no playoffs. So that stinks too.
I think they're trying to just make the best out of bad situations this year, but I know from those I've spoke to, we're glad to be actually playing some sports in Southern Illinois this year.
Yeah, and it's really sad whenever you have a situation where everybody around us is playing sports and we're watching on TV.
Yes.
But
Emma Treat.
Baseline jumper by Treat. We'll get back to this ball game. 33-11, and into the front court with the basketball. Eagles in a 1-3-1 zone to start this quarter. On the left baseline is Hobbs. Hobbs on the baseline, jumper put up, air ball. Rebound comes out of there for the Eagles, and that is 21, Oliver with the dribble, and the ball's tipped away and stolen. And coming out of there with the loose ball was Lexi Mitchell, and we're going to have a foul on the Eagles.
Haley Oliver, that may be her 3rd.
And 21 with the foul. That'll be
She's coming
Haley
out
Oliver. That's her 3rd foul.
She'll be replaced by Natalie Webb with that 3 count on her. Yeah, well, there's Wargle now in her sweats. She's limping back out of the locker room and into a chair seat.
She is walking, though, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
On the baseline, and we're going to get a foul. This will go against number 13, Emmy Vincent. with a little push.
She didn't mean to.
No, it was purely accidental. She just got excited. That's the second team foul. It's a good thing Coach Mitchell has a deep bench over there. He may need them.
Nice inbounds play.
Inbound, oh,
Bent
was
was there,
block,
though.
and on the long outlet over to Vincent.
Oh.
And she is knocked to the ground, no basket. Bent, that's a nice play. Addison Bent got the block, controlled it, and started the break.
Fed the break well, yep.
Another turnover.
Foul was on 24 for Eldorado.
That's Lacey
Hobbs, her third foul as well.
6:33 to go here in the third quarter. Free throw is good. And that is Vincent, isn't it? 34-11. Second free throw is nothing but the bottom of the net, 35-11. She has
Back
2
to the
points.
full court press, Ron.
Yep.
Not quite as full.
Hobbs, little runner, blocked away. I'm not sure who got the block, but it was definitely blocked. She went flying through there, and it goes out of bounds.
She's not afraid to penetrate it. She went
hard to the
I think
hole.
it was. She played in the JV game. She penetrated well as well.
And that was Treat, Emmy Treat with the ball. She has it now on the right wing. Brings it out on top between the circles. It's a 2-3 zone by Eldorado. Emma Rush on the left side. Out on top to Dent. Bent has it in the paint. Little forced to shot up off the glass, no good. And here with the rebound is Adriana Hendricks for the Eldorado Eagles. Hendricks is in trouble, bounces it, just throws it up for grabs and rushes out of there with it.
She said, I'll take that off your hands if you don't want it.
Rush has the ball stripped away from her.
Oh, we're going to get an
And they're gonna
offensive
get
on
an
Emily there.
foul. Now, here's what happened. If she hadn't have pushed the elbow out there, they were going to call the foul originally on Hendricks, and then when she threw the elbow, she got the foul.
That's her third foul.
And it's
Coach will keep a close eye on her.
9th turnover on the Eagles. 3-1. That's more importantly. You know, it was 9-4 for a long time. Hobbs has it. Hobbs, it's a 1-3-1 by the Eagles. Ball knocked away by Bent. She got it. Addison Bent gets it up over to Vincent, and then Vincent throws it away on the ground, and they're going to call a foul, and this will go against Vienna. And that's Emma Rush's fourth foul.
Yeah.
So she'll get a long blow. And now Coach Metcalf wants a timeout with 5:21 to go. Or is this nope. It's a timeout by Vienna. And Vienna has come out of the locker room with not the same intensity we had in the first half.
And that's one of the fears is complacency when you come out like that with a big lead. If you don't, in that first few minutes of the third quarter, I can't say it enough how important that is on the tempo of the second half of a ball game.
As ragtag as it's been, the Eagles have still outscored Eldorado 4-0.
Coach Metcalf opted to leave Emma Rush in with 4 fouls.
Well, and I can see that because she has to learn how to play with fouls.
And that, like I said earlier, that's been her cuna de falta, as the Spanish say, from all 4 seasons, or the first 3 seasons, I should say. So something maybe to work on this year in the senior year.
So you hope that she has not the same intensity. Now this is a nice play right there by Emmy Vincent. Emmy Vincent tipped the pass, and it went off of Eldorado, and that is their 17th turnover of the game.
You see what they did there? I just noticed it too. They've moved Emma back and moved Vincent out to try to keep him out of foul trouble.
Rush had the ball stripped away from her. Hendricks brings it into the front court. Hendricks 3 off the back of the rim. Bent with the rebound. Bent gets it out over to Rush. Rush stops, pops from 10, got it. 37-11 as Rush pops from 10 feet. And that was nice. Instead of trying to drive to the hole to put herself in danger of drawing a charge, she stopped and popped. They get it down in deep. And going to the ground. This will be number 25. Shaylee Moore got her money's worth on that foul.
No change.
That'll be her second foul, and then she goes and helps her up. And that'll be Alexa Hanel, the junior.
We're going to have a 90-second mask
and this
break.
is the mask break. So, what you looking for, bud?
Snack.
A snack? I got one over here. So our sponsors, we'll go through them here real quick. Trevelyan Farms, Vince Hoford, Vince's DJ Show, Southern Trust Bank, Rodney Golson with LPL Financial, Rusty's Home Center, Vienna, Anna, and coming soon into the Goreville on the south side. Legence Bank, Chris and Kim Bent, owners of C&K Equipment, along with, they have Bush Hog Mowers and Cub Cadet Mowers, Guy Kuhn with Southern FS, Tracy Williams and Goddard's Auto Supply, Edward Jones, Agent Russ Kruder, Banterra Bank, and WIBH will be our sponsors. We may have a few more that come in to the fray. We'll find out tomorrow. Tomorrow's the deadline. If you want to be a sponsor, you're more than welcome to get into the mix. We're going to have a lot of fun and a lot of basketball games in a very short period of time. It's been 11 long months since we've had any kind of high school sports. And I guess really the only sports that we've had have been junior high sports before before high school started up here. I know there's been some junior high games. And now we're back ready to go. To the free throw line for the Eldorado Eagles will be Alexi Hanel, a junior. 4 minutes and 27 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Hanel's free throw is off to the right, no good. And Hanel's second free throw, the right-hander's ready. Takes 4 dribbles, spins, nice rotation, in and out, and Bent with the rebound. Bent gets it over to Treat, and Treat will bring it up into the front court. Eldorado still scoreless this quarter. Rush has her shot blocked, gets it right back, dribbles out of trouble, out on top over to Vincent. Vincent between the circles to Treat. Treat will set it up. 2-3 zone by the Eagles, right side over to Moore. Moore to the free throw line, right elbow, shot by Rush is off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound comes out of there to number 24, Lacey Hobbs, the senior. Gets it off into the front court to Hobbs. Long three-pointer by Hendricks is no good, and the rebound comes out of there to Moore. Moore for Vienna with another board, gets it up over to Treat. Treat brings it into the front court. Treat with the dribble on the right side. Looks inside, nothing there, over to Vincent. Back to Treat. She thought about a three, goes right baseline, cut off, and dribbles out to the top of the key. Maintains her dribble. Treat still has it. Now she gets a wide open three off the glass, short, no good. Rebound comes out of there over to Mitchell. Lexi Mitchell hands it off over to Hobbs, and Hobbs will bring it into the front court. That's her name's Lacey. Lacey on the right side to Hendricks. Drives baseline, and we're going to have a touch foul. I mean, this is an absolute touch foul, and it'll go against Emmy Treat, the senior second, and that'll be the 6th team foul. And for the last 3 minutes and 8 seconds of the third quarter. No, it's not. This is only the 6th team foul. They were going to say it's 1-1. We don't want them there yet. They're there for the rest of the game. Long three put up is off the back of the rim, no good by Mitchell. Chased down into the corner and then knocked out of bounds. This has got to be a foul.
That's got to be a foul. It was forced. Looked like from up here, looked like she was forced out, didn't it?
Oh, for crying out loud!
No, he's calling a foul now.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's calling a. She slipped and
wow.
She slipped on a banana peel and fell out of bounds. That's all I can say.
So who was the foul on?
Didn't you see that banana peel out there?
Yeah.
Addison Dent.
I don't mean who the foul.
Dent with the rebound. 2:45 to go here in the third quarter. And with the ball is Emmy Treat. Treat to Bent. Bent hands it off over to Rush. Rush goes around the right side. Long two-pointer, no good. Rebound ripped out of there by Lacey Hobbs of Eldorado. Hobbs gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell brings it into the front court with 2:30 to go here in the third quarter, 37-11. Vienna. There's a
she
push.
got it for that time. I don't think she's being
Lacey
facetious.
Hobbs
I
picks
think
up
she
her
just didn't know
fourth.
how to do that block, and she crossed her arms and stepped into her like another cross block in hockey.
You gotta set your feet. And she didn't. The girl didn't bring her close enough to her. And Hobbs just reached out and said, "Okay, I'm going to get this block no matter what."
She's got one more to give like that, and she'll be watching the game.
2:20 to go here in the third quarter. Into the front court. Vienna with the ball. Rush down in the low
There
block
we go.
over to Bent. Bent dribbles on the ground, and then she brought it down where the little people live.
Yep.
And she got tied up. And on the possession arrow, it'll go to Eldorado, and that is Vienna's 8th turnover here in the third quarter. 2:10 to go here in this third quarter. Bringing the ball up into the front court. Boom! Bodies all over the place. Down in the low block over to Hobbs. She turns, spins, shot up, no good. This foul will go against Macy Whiting. That'll be the 6'1" sophomore's first foul of the game. And with 1:56, this is going to be a game of attrition. Metcalf puts both hands on his head, shakes his head going, "Are you kidding me?" Hobbs back. Lily Mosby, the junior, is ready. Right-hander's first free throw is on the way short. They missed 3 in a row now. It's hard to believe we've actually had some scoring. Vienna has 2 baskets and 2 free throws this quarter. Eldorado still looking for their first point.
They brought Bent back in for Vienna to give Emma Rush a break. 4 fouls.
Second free throw is good.
First
Mosby
point.
Gets the first point for Eldorado with 1:56 to go here in the third quarter. We'll make a note of that.
And only 4 points in the last 2 quarters.
Emmy Treat into the front court. Eldorado. Now that Eldorado's playing now they're going man.
Be interesting to see what kind of offense.
Emmy Vincent gets
Sets.
it over to Treat. Treat brings it back out on top. Treat still with the ball.
Good
Gets
movement
it
on the man-to-man
to Vincent.
against the
Left
man-to-man
side,
defense.
over to Moore.
Nice pass
to
inside
Bent.
by Shaylin Moore.
Nice pass, and the layup by Bent makes it 39-12. How many points has Bent got? She ought to be getting close to double
She's at
digits.
11.
That's her 11th? Okay. Crossover dribble by Hanel, and we're going to have another foul
Pressure behind.
on the Eagles. And this will be a 1-and-1. 20 somebody. 22?
Yeah, I believe it was 22.
22, it is 22. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. You could only see, I could only see the left hand of the official. I couldn't see both of them.
Vincent out, Rush back in.
And with 1 minute and 11 seconds to go to the free throw line is Hanel. Hanel, her first free throw is good. It rattles around and falls in. And that makes it 39-13. A baker's dozen.
I skipped the evening meal, Ron. You keep talking about baker's dozen there.
There's a story about how that baker's dozen came about. Do you know that?
I don't.
Well, sometime this season I'll tell you the story. It's an interesting story. Second free throw is no good.
Oh, she was wide open.
She didn't, for some reason, want that basket. Rush takes the 3 off the back of the rim. Bent with the rebound. She's hammered. This will go against number 24, Lacey Hobbs, and if that's her, that should be her 5th. She's walking toward the other side, so she thinks it's her 5th too. And they confirm it over there on the bench, the scorer's bench, that is.
It's like 45. Emily Siegler.
Now, what's funny is they don't have hardly anybody else has virtually no fouls on their team. And Bent will have 2 free throws here, leading 39-13. First free throw is good. She has 12 points on the night. 8:58 0.2 seconds to go here. Second free throw is nothing but the bottom of the net. And nice looking ball player, Addison Bent, 6'1" senior. Any idea where she's going to go to college?
I haven't heard. I'd say that's a, you can count on that though. Be a good question to follow up on, Ron.
Oh, what a bounce. Hobbs got it off the back of the rim, straight up in the air, and that is the first basket that Eldorado has scored in over 16 minutes of play. Wow. And Emmy Treat just dribbling out there on top, gets it over to Moore. Moore with 18 seconds to go to Bent. They get it down in the
Nice
low
look
block. Oh, what a
inside
nice pass.
From
Moore.
Treat to Moore. Nice look, nice ball.
Wide open in the low block on the right side, and it's 43-15. Hendricks for three, air ball. Rush with the rebound with 1 second, knocked on the ground, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. Another good quarter for the Vienna Eagles as they lead after three, 43-15. We'll total everything up here in just a second. 12-4 was that quarter split.
Ron, we're going to let the fans at home see our look at this pep club here, will you? Is that the halfway between a high five? Is that Stafford up there?
They're being awful quiet.
That's about that's the quietest bunch, I think, and even the Principal Giffen's in the mix.
Well, does that give a whole new meaning to a bunch of stiffs?
Cut that out. How was that?
Cut
That's all
that
I got.
out?
Cut that out.
It looks like the hockey game, or some of these basketball games we've seen.
I'm not sure, but it looked like somebody might have goosed Giffen to get that expression. I don't think I've seen him that excited before.
I'll tell you what, it is a period of creativity on how to get people in the gymnasium, isn't it? There's going to be a lot of gyms. Vienna's fortunate that we have a gym that's quite big because we're not supposed to be within 30 feet. I think if you put a ruler to it, we might be just a tad bit closer.
I think they actually did.
Did they?
Put the measure to it, yeah. That's why we had them back.
The people have to be sitting up high and a throwaway. That is the 14th turnover on the Vienna Eagles and the 7th this half. And another turnover on the Eldorado Eagles. Into the front court with it is Emmy Treat. Treat on the right side over to Rush. And Rush has played about 3.5 minutes with 4 fouls.
Oh,
what a save
by...
Shot up, no good. Gets it back, no good. Bodies all over the floor. And banging her head was Lily Mosby. She immediately grabbed her head and she tripped over Bent.
Went down hard.
And she's going to have to come out now.
She's going to be okay. It looks like she's just needs a break
bodies
there. Let that head quit pounding.
Tripping over each other, and they get it into Bent.
That was a nice save, by the way, by Whiting that came into Bent, but it just
no good. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Oh, stolen away. Nice steal by Vienna. That was Rush with the ball. Rush thought about a long three. Now she steps up to the
nice
what
dish
a pass
inside
down
the
to
dent.
Bent.
Oh,
up, no good, and we're going to have a foul, and this will go against Eldorado. Should be number 4, Lexi Mitchell, I believe. And
that's where that having 2 6'1" under the goal, they just kept that alive and had
started playing volleyball.
That's right.
We've played 59 seconds. Now it's a minute. They get it into Bent again.
Nice pivot.
Nice
move back.
Oh, glass, no good. Rims out of there.
Couldn't finish, but the effort sure looked like she had that one down.
With the rebound. Brings it into the front court. Man-to-man pressure by the Vienna Eagles. Left side. Over to Hanel. Hanel all the way to the paint. She was hammered. She'll go to the line for 2, and this will go against Emmy Treat. That'll be the senior's third
foul.
She got her money's worth on that puppy, too. So with for the entire fourth quarter, every time Eldorado goes to shoot from the free throw line anyway, they'll have 2 free throws. First is no good in that third quarter. Eldorado was 2 of 6. And Vienna was 4 of 4 in that third quarter. They've shot fairly well, 7 of 8. I'll take that percentage. Eldorado is 7 of 13 after 3 quarters, and that second free throw is no good too, and it remains 43-15. Into the front court, Emma Rush with the ball. 6:30 to go here in this basketball game. Right side, over to Oliver. Oliver, they get it out on top. Rush, wide open threes, good. 46-15. They'll see a little different, Vienna will see a little different team on Saturday against Chester. Oh yeah, I know they will. Long shot put up, air ball, Bent with another rebound. Bent dribbles out of trouble, long entry pass into the front court, over to Treat. Treat goes coast to coast, lays it up and in. 48-15, and Eldorado did not get back that time. Sort of an ole on her way to the basket. Into the front court with the dribble is Hanel. Hanel gets it to Hendricks. Hendricks, shot up, no good. Rebound.
First real decent shot on goal they've had from 10 feet in.
Emmy Treat brings it in without being fouled anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Rush launches another 3. This one's nothing but the bottom of the net. 51-15, and nobody even came out to challenge her. There wasn't an Eldorado Eagle within 5 feet of her when she made that shot. Mitchell out on top, over to, that is 11, Lily Grangard, a junior. She's in the game again for Eldorado. Mitchell with the dribble, bounces it out on top, over to Hanel. Hanel takes it in, sort of a scoop shot, no good. Vienna with the rebound. And that's in the corner, over to Vincent. Vincent brings it into the front court. Right side over to Bent. Into the right corner to Rush. Back out on top. Now they get it into Bent. Bent turnarounder. Off the glass, no good. Batted around by Whiting, and it goes out of bounds off of her. And now we're going to have our mask timeout with 4:26 to go in the game. 51-15.
That's interesting right there. I believe Coach Metcalf wanted the timeout, so it stopped the action, but then they realized that it was time for the dead ball timeout. So in a case like that, you don't get charged for the timeout?
I don't know.
He just brings it to their attention that it's time for a breather, didn't he?
This year, I think, quite frankly, you're just sort of making up some of the rules as you go, quite honestly. We're not going to see a tournament. They're just getting some games in.
Even conference-wise, nothing's really going to matter.
No, there's no conference tournament. There's no tournaments of any kind. If you haven't noticed, I'm not an overly big fan of the way things have been done. But I do think it's rather absurd to think that you can catch COVID 30 feet from the floor, people running up and down the floor with masks on, and I don't know, it's just, those are the rules we have to play with to get in the gym. So I understand, and everybody's going to abide by the rules, but, and this is just my opinion, it's not anybody with Vienna's opinion or anything like that. I play the game because that's what it takes, but I don't agree with not having a state tournament. I really, truly don't. I think it's a joke when we have our Missouri, Kentucky, Indiana, and everybody else from Canada to Mexico literally is running tournaments.
Well, you cross that state line, evidently it just goes crazy in Illinois.
Apparently. I know one thing, my gas prices are a lot cheaper when I go to Kentucky or Missouri.
Do you think the cold weather, like they're calling for this weekend and all, would help with controlling the virus or help it spread?
It's going to keep me indoors.
Well, they said it's going to be so cold up in Chicago that the politicians are actually going to have their hands in their own pockets.
It could be. That could be something strange. You know, here's what's interesting. Seriously, we're going to have 8 days where the low temperatures down in the low teens or below, and we haven't had, I think the basketball's a little flat. Maybe it's wobbled. But in all seriousness, you're going to have 8 days where we haven't had that kind of a cold snap here in a long
We've
time.
had a very mild winter, yes.
And Dan, I remember every year we used to go playing hockey on the ponds. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't think we've had to break ice to water livestock this year. Maybe once or twice.
I know I was in high school way back a long time ago, way back in the 70s, and I had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go feed the cattle and the pigs and everything, which you don't even see those pig farms anymore. And we had to break the ice and make sure that twice a day, make sure the cows could have access to the ice or to the water. And I don't remember the last time somebody had to go break ice. It's been a long time. But I'm getting old.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time since you got up that early and milked the pigs. Back to the basketball game here.
Or the chickens. It's really difficult milking
with
the
another
chickens.
block.
And we're going to get a foul on Eldorado as they get the ball inside. And this...
I didn't read, was it Mosley? For one.
Number 1, Hendricks. Adriana Hendricks
foul.
picks up her third. Just the 15th foul.
Wow. All of them must have been on that one player, like you pointed out earlier.
And they do, now they've had a continuous clock. I just noticed that when they threw it in. On that ball was out of bounds, the clock never stopped. So Whiting has the ball. And
Macy
the
Whiting
shot,
with a turnaround off
53 to 15, a nice little shot. Long three by, oh, that was blocked. And
bent again.
taken away. And that ball was tipped away. Whiting has it stripped from her. That was a nice block over in the corner.
It was.
And the clock is still
rolling.
rolling.
She met it halfway to the goal.
53 to 15. These last 4 minutes will go by quickly. Unless there's a timeout or an injury, the clock won't stop. With the ball is Vincent. Long three-pointer.
Yeah,
good.
She nails it.
And that was by Haley Oliver. 56 as Oliver gets her three-pointer. 56 to 15. Hendricks gets it over to 35 Hanel. Hanel gets it back to Hendricks. Hendricks bounces it on the baseline, a dangerous pass, shot up in and no good. This pulled out there by Vincent. Vincent goes coast to coast.
Just outrun everybody, didn't she?
And misses it with the rebound. Nice run to the floor is Macy Whiting, and it's 58 to 15. 2:22. That was a movie show back in the 70s too. Into the front court comes Alexi Hanel.
Another block, but she just picked her clean, didn't she?
And then she's going to be fouled. This will go against Emily Sigler. Sigler will pick up the foul for Eldorado. And that's a non-shooting foul, I believe.
Allow for a substitution. We got Vienna coming in, number 32.
For Bent.
And I don't have a 32 in here.
I don't either.
Is that Blankenship bench? Yeah, she's listed as number 30 here.
Oh, it's Casey
Blankenship.
Casey Blankenship is 32, huh? Okay. Going left side with it is Webb, Natalie Webb. She put the shot up, but she was fouled. And this foul was on number 35, Alexa Hanel. That'll be her first. 1:20 to go. And these two free throws will just about do this. First free throw off the front of the rim, no good. And Eldorado hasn't scored this quarter, I just noticed.
2 free throw attempts.
That's it. Second one is good, 59 to 15. And we're under a minute to go here in this basketball game. The first game for both of these teams. Eldorado will obviously drop to 0-1. The Vienna Eagles will be 1-0. going into their next game against Chester, and this is going to be a foul against
Natalie Webb, I believe.
That'll be her third foul. And they better hurry to get these 2 free throws in, or they'll stop it around 10 seconds, I believe. No, they're going to say Hendricks is there. So they should stop it with about 10 seconds to go. First free throw is no good. They won't stop it at all. They did stop it at 11 for a brief moment. They throw it away.
That'll be the game.
And that'll be the game. You're right. 59-15 is the final score. And a good win for Coach Metcalf and the girls. And we'll total everything up here in just a second. Bear with us, folks. So they don't even get to shake hands, do they?
No.
Score there, Ron?
59-15 was the final score. And while you total up some things there, I've got some totals here for us. This is an interesting stat. Vienna had 7 turnovers in the first half and 7 turnovers in the second half for a total of 14. Eldorado did much, much better in the second half on turning the ball over. They had 14 turnovers after 16 minutes of play, but they only turned the ball over 6 times in that second half for a total of 20 for the night. So they did much, much better in that second half in protecting the basketball. Vienna was 8 of 10 from the free throw line, and Coach Metcalf is going to like that, for 80%. Eldorado, 7 of 16 for the game for 44%. After one quarter, Eldorado trailed 11-8 as Vienna had a 3-point lead. Vienna scored the first basket of the game, and they led 2-0. It was 11-8 after one quarter. The Vienna Eagles outscored Eldorado 20-3 in the second quarter as Eldorado hit 5 of as Eldorado was 3 of 4 from the free throw line in that second quarter. They didn't score a basket again in the third quarter. They were just 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Eldorado was. Vienna scoring 12 points, was 4 of 4 from the free throw line in that third quarter, had 8 points from the field. And then in the fourth quarter, it was 16-0 was the score, as Eldorado was 0 of 3 in the fourth quarter from the free throw line. Vienna was 1 of 2 in the fourth quarter, as once again they finished 8 of 10 from the free throw line for 80%. That's outstanding. That is just tremendous. 59-15 is the final score, and the Vienna Eagles did not allow a field goal after the first quarter. And we'll get Coach Metcalf's thoughts on that here when he comes up here shortly. And Danny, you got some other totals here, bud?
I do have at least the offensive numbers for both teams. First, for visiting Eldorado, they had 2 scores tied at 4 with Lily Mosby and Emma Wargle had 4 points each. Then they had Lexi Mitchell with 2, Lacey Hobbs with 2, and Emily Sigler with 2, and 1 point from Alexa Hadel. Vienna scoring, pretty impressive, turned out pretty good, not even off the bench with some good numbers. Emma Rush led with 17 points. Addison Bent kicked in 13. Double check that, 11, 12, 13, yep. and 10 from Emmy Treat, including a couple of three-pointers.
Three people in double figures. That's good.
Yep. And Haley Oliver and Shaylee Moore both contributed 6 off the bench. Well, Haley wasn't off the bench, I should say. Macy Whiting, the big 6'1" sophomore, helped out quite a bit on a lot of things, but also picked up 4 points. And 2 points from Emmy Vinson and Natalie Webb, a free throw in the 4th quarter for 1 point.
8 people in the scoring column for the girls, and they saw a lot of people. They played just about everybody that was over there, and that's what you want for your first game. You want to get a lot of people in, get a lot of rotations. You get a chance to see what everybody looks like. And Coach Metcalf played a lot of different combinations here this afternoon. We'd also found out one thing, that Emma Rush can play for a while with 4 fouls.
Yep,
that was something she wasn't able to do very well last year.
Yes, and it did look like Coach Metcalf took made the effort to move her back into the backcourt and get her away from the front court defense, maybe keep her from reaching so much and be more of a limited role and out of the foul trouble.
Well, that's one of the problems. One of the things that the girls are going to have to work on tonight was, especially on defense, they were using too much defense with their hands and instead of with their feet. If you take that extra effort and slide and get in front of somebody, you're going to pick up a lot less fouls instead of reaching in, because the officials, they can see that reach in. But they will, as you saw, they will be a lot more liberal in their calling when it's contact.
Certainly.
But if you see that reach in, you're going to get nailed with that reach in all the time.
You've probably seen it as well. You can reach in and steal the ball cleanly, but that you may be called for the foul just because of the reach.
Exactly.
Anticipation, if you will.
And this would have been a tough game to officiate overall.
We're going to have to make you guys turn off for just a couple of seconds eventually before we interview any coaches or anything to swap the audio over here.
Okay. Hey, they were just letting us know from the feed over here that when we get ready, if you're going to interview Coach Metcalf, is that right?
Yeah.
We'll need to switch from the headsets or the feed to the camera out in front.
Well, no, I got a headset for him.
Yeah, but we're going to keep the lag from going in, the audio won't sync up with the footage unless we do this. So to fix that problem, we're going to bring the audio over here real quick, so you guys will go dark for 10 seconds.
Okay.
Mike, can we do it
Sure.
now, I guess?
You look like a cheap Chinese movie.
Again? We'll set up tomorrow night. The Chester Yellow Jackets boys will come in here to Vienna. Chester is out of quarantine, and they can play basketball now. So we'll have Chester here tomorrow night. There'll be 3 games, a freshman game, a JV game, and the varsity game. Varsity game will start somewhere in the vicinity of 7:30-ish. On Saturday, we have a doubleheader. The girls will play a JV game at 1 o'clock, and they'll have the varsity game somewhere around 2:30, as my understanding. We'll verify that with Coach Metcalf when he comes out. Then the boys will have the Goreville Black Cats right here at Vienna, and that'll be a shame. That would be a game that would be rocking and rolling. I mean, you would have a standing room only crowd in here with Goreville and Vienna playing each other, but instead we'll have the chance to for you to see the game. You just won't be able to see it in person. Banterra Bank, Russ Kruder, the Edward Jones agent, Goddard's Auto Supply on the west side of Vienna, Guy Kuhn and Southern FS, Chris and Kim Bent with C&K Equipment, Bush Hog Mowers and Cub Cadet Mowers, Legion's Bank, Rusty's Home Center of Vienna, Anna, and coming soon to Goreville, Rodney Golson with LPL Financial, Southern Trust Bank, Vince Holford has Vince's DJ show. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but Vince does one whale of a job. We've used him a couple of different times, and he has a whole lot of fun and does a great job. As a matter of fact, we're going to be using him in October when I hope we have our last wedding. My daughter is getting married October the 10th, and he'll be doing the DJ show for us.
You know, he does a great job DJing.
He does.
I've never danced with him, but he's a good DJ.
They got that stupid chicken dance, and they got some plans for me. I am very graceful. I have 6 left feet, and so now they're going to record this stuff. So this is not going to be good. I can feel it now. Trevelyan Farms with Danny Joe, Susie, Joel, and Judd Trevelyan and families.
I have danced with Danny Joe.
I have too. I've worked a lot out there on their farm. Trust me. When I was in school, they are relation to me. So, and we're waiting on Coach Metcalf to come out here.
He's just starting to make his way.
Where is he? Oh, there he is. He is coming over. Come on over. Direct him to the headset here. So Coach Metcalf is on his way up here. And here he comes. I heard the noise. Coach Metcalf, glad to see you back in Vienna.
Mr. Ellis, yeah, it's good to see you too.
Well, little shaky start to start the game, but you got the first basket of the game, led coast to coast the entire way, and saw a lot of girls play, played a lot of different rotations, and you got to be happy with the results.
Well, you know, the way the game started off, we were ready for that. You know, I call it the weebie-jeebies. We talked about that before the game. The nervousness, just not it being their first game, but they said they were nervous because I'm the new coach, you know, playing for me and all that kind of business. And it was obvious the way we came out. We were making passes that normally, like in practice situations, we wouldn't be making. But once they settled down, everything went pretty well. I was very pleased at halftime. Talked to them a little bit about coming out and winning that third quarter. Pretty much shut them down. I can't remember how many points they had. They had 2
free
points,
throws.
2 free throws in that third quarter. You know, and that was a good thing. And 59 points, that's pretty good, you know, for a girls' game.
You didn't allow a basket in the final 3 quarters. They were 3 of 4 from the free throw line in the second quarter. They were 2 of 6 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter, and 0 for 3 in the fourth quarter. While on the other side, you guys shot 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 80%. That's outstanding.
Well, I still found things to complain about on the defensive end, believe it or not.
Well, I can understand. Yeah.
You know, our rotations were a little slow here and there, but I did not know that. I wish I would have told the girls. I'll tell them tomorrow. But you hold a good quality team like Eldorado to no field goals over like 3 quarters. That's pretty good.
Well, and the other thing, we talked about this before you came out here, that there, especially in the first half, there were a boatload of fouls and a lot of ole. Instead of taking that extra slide step, half stepping, having the slide step and getting in front of somebody, they just waved at them and was getting picked up for the foul.
Yeah, and we addressed that. We were going for way too many steals. You know, we were getting on the passing lanes, but we overextended numerous times. And when we were in our zone defense, we were extending it way too far, you know, too far out. And that's just from being aggressive. You know, we want them to be aggressive, just not overly aggressive. And we kind of got that fixed in the second half. And I was very pleased with our bench personnel. You know, we had a couple freshmen come in and the sophomore, and they did a very good job.
Yes, they did.
I thought a couple of things that I thought was very interesting, Coach, was Emma Rush picked up her 4th foul with 3:26 to go in the third quarter. You left her in the game, and previously she's had difficulty in finishing a game when she picks up a lot of fouls quick.
Right.
And she didn't foul out and played the rest of that quarter and a good portion of the fourth quarter and had some points, played defense, was able, and lo and behold, she was able to play without reaching in and picking up that 5th foul.
That was one of the first things we talked about when me and Miss Rush got together, was her ability to play, and that, with fouls, with the 4 fouls, and like you guys said, we saw that, and hey, and I talked to assistant coach Odom. I go, hey, we're just going to leave her out here and see what happens. And then she goes down, hits a 3, bam, another shot, and I think she scored 8 points like in 3 minutes right after that. So, yeah, it's just going to take time. It's a work in progress. They're used to doing like a motion thing with Coach Curley. One of my ex-players in that, and taking a lot of shots from the perimeter instead of having a little bit more patience. I'm a firm believer in, like most coaches are, inside, outside attack. If it's not there, and set something up and run something else. And she had patience today. I was very pleased.
I had mentioned to Ron that you was probably aware of how, from coaching against him, how she was prone to fouls, and I wasn't sure, but it looked like you may have even moved her back away from the pressure a little bit, which
right.
was a nice move.
We exactly. Instead of getting out and getting after, we had her come back in, and she stopped the penetration, and she could help out on the weak side as well. So yeah, I was happy with the way she played.
I thought the key to the game, Coach, was you had a 3-point lead, 11-8 after one quarter. And you came out and you slapped on, you just had a token press out there. And all of a sudden, you went hardcore, full court press, overplaying the pass. Not from where the ball was, but where the pass was going to go. You overplayed that. You come up with quite a few steals and blew the game open. Had a 16-0 run to go from 9-8 at the end of the first quarter before the 2 free throws to 25-8. That was the game.
Right. And, and like we talked about earlier, and I talked to them about it, when you got the weebie-jeebies, when you're a little bit nervous, you throw the old press on maybe a little bit earlier than what you normally do, they start to move a little bit more, and we were lucky enough to get a few simple, a couple little buckets here and there, and I think that really relaxed them, and then that's another reason why they were able to play the way they did, because they just relaxed in the press.
And taking that outlet pass away, Eldorado never did recover from that.
No, Coach, he kept trying to call timeouts, to get it fixed. You don't know how much time, like me, for example, how much can you get in? You got to pick your spots on what you're going to get in. And he tried to fix it, the girl taking the ball out of bounds came down our middle, and he broke it a few times, doing that. So they pretty much did what they were supposed to do. But like you said, I was very pleased with the way our press, here it is, the first game, and I'm in there complaining because I think they had 11 points or something like that at halftime. I was tearing them up, and one of them goes, Coach, but they only got 11 points. That's, we were still slow on our rotations and all that, and that's just going to take time to fix.
Talk about Saturday afternoon. Saturday we're playing Chester's out of the doghouse.
Yes.
So they're able to play, right?
Right. That's
correct.
what
I was understood.
I talked to a friend of mine, Coach Doug Altoff, up at Nashville, and he was just like, yikes, because they were able to practice, with the mask on, but with no contact. And he really did think, he's in that Region 4 as well, with Chester, and he didn't think they were going to get to play. But so it's going to be interesting to see how Chester comes. On our side of the conference, they've got everybody back, but their starting point guard. On paper, they're the best team in our conference. With people coming back, so it's going to be a good test for us. I'm glad that it's here at our place. That early game on a Saturday afternoon. But they got some shooters that can flat out. They got the girls like 5'10", standing set shooter. They got quickness. They got guards that can go the hole. And they also have a new coach. My coach passed away. Their head coach passed away. And then they got the assistant boys coach took the job. So, and I know they worked a lot. They've been doing a lot in the summertime, for what they could do. So it's not like they just sat around.
Well, he's going to be familiar with them then if he was the assistant for the boys.
Right. Yeah.
What's going to be interesting for Chester from here, you just can't get, without a helicopter, you can't get there very easy.
There's no easy way from any direction to get to Chester. Yeah.
And this is their last year in the conference, too.
Yes, and then Johnson City comes over next year, which I'm happy about that.
And I think Flora.
Flora on the other side, that's correct.
Now, if I have it right, the JV is playing at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
I think that is right.
Okay, and then we'll have the varsity game after that.
Uh-huh.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming up. It was a great game, 1-0. And I told Coach Steve Dreyer this Tuesday night, said 1-0, you can't do any better than 1,000%.
Right.
So
yeah, it's a good feeling. Look, I mentioned to you when I was talking to you on the phone earlier today. In 2005, when I came down here when I was the boys coach, this place was packed to the rafters. We were playing that Vienna tournament. You couldn't get a seat. They were pulling chairs out, and I was thinking, what did I get myself into? Because we just didn't get beat. We got hammered our first 3 games. It was because we couldn't get into an offense or anything like that. So I was kind of a little bit worried about that, the way we came out, And then when I was the boys coach, they said we ended up winning regional that year. So hopefully, we can keep things moving this year, kind of like the boys did way back then.
I'll never forget that game we had in Goreville when Derek Trevelyan and those guys were playing, Thompson, and they got the first shot. And then you had the ball, they missed it, and you came down and stalled the rest of the first quarter. That was
we held the ball for 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Yeah.
And then hit the shot right at the end of the first quarter. And
shout out to Jamie Curley. Jamie's he's my man. He's the first one that gave me a holler. About taking the girls' job here. Ex-player. He was the girls' coach. He's got a good principal's job over there at Carey Mills. And Jamie was the one that hit that shot. That 3-pointer. Yeah, that still brought up quite a bit.
And I filled that 8 minutes, and that was a lot of fun. That was a wild night.
That was a good night in Goreville.
Coach, we'll see you Saturday.
All right,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Coach Metcalf, and any final thoughts here, Dan?
No. Again, Coach himself said he was wanted to give him a hard time. Work on him a little bit on the defense, but you can't argue with 4 points scored in the second half. So, and a lot of it was the press, not getting a chance to even get a shot on goal. But even like you pointed out earlier, Ron, even when they did, they was facing Bent and another 6'1" sophomore, and just really good pressure defense. It didn't really allow many good shots on goal, even though they did get some of the fouls. They had the Eldorado only shot. Had 2 out of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2 for 9 from the line in the second half. And so that just amplified it.
Addison, the second leading scorer in the game for the Vienna Eagles here tonight with 13 points. And she did a lot of things on the inside. I'm sure there's going to be many opportunities for us to talk to Coach Metcalf about her. But she changed some shots. She played good defense in there. She was a force on the inside, both offensively and defensively, but that's her role. I mean, that's Absolutely. What she has to step up, and she has to be the leader, and she did a good job with that here tonight.
That's right. Yep.
So that's going to wrap everything up here from Vienna High School. Thanks to all the team, and we got to get everybody's name so we can recognize these guys. I hope you really enjoy this at home. And we still are not done. We're working on some things also, but we have a lot of things coming. So I'm excited about this particular season. It's going to be a short, quick 6 weeks.
Easy for you to say, Ron.
Yeah, and but it'll be a lot of fun watching this. We hope you enjoy watching this at home, because quite frankly, we're cognizant of the fact that we're your eyes and ears, and we hope you can enjoy the experience without being here. So on behalf of all of the team that we have, Danny Field alongside, I'm Ron Ellis. Thanks for your time this time. Until next time, so long, everybody. Join us tomorrow night. We'll have the Chester Yellow Jackets and the Vienna Eagles in boys action right here at Vienna High School. So long, everybody from Vienna.
Stay classy.